that your singleness period is a very important season of your life. A season that you should not take lightly. A season that you should not just focus on when you're going to get married or when you're going to get out of that season.
Mm-hmm.
And for that matter, to be honest, I would say for anything that you do when it comes to God, I would always say that every season that God puts you in, your goal should never be how do I your goal should not your instant goal should not be to get out of the season, but it instead should be to figure out how do I master the lesson that God wanted me to master in this season and then to move on, right? So as part of being single, single is a season. It's a time of your life in which you are by yourself. You have yet to meet your soulmate, the person that God had for you, fine. But it is a time in which you are with you, for you, and you alone, okay? Now, we said that during that single season, there's a lot of things that you should focus on. And a lot of people, I think several people ask questions already about, how to control their hormones during the single period. And in general, I think it's not just a matter of controlling during the single period, but just in general, because again, even during marriage, you're going to need to know how to control yourself, right? Being single is not the only time to learn how to control yourself. Even when you're
Or
married,
develop self-control.
yeah,
basically.
even when you're married, you're still going to need to understand the importance of self-control. You're still going to need to understand that that still matters.
Can I ask a
So,
question?
yeah.
Do you think it's harder to develop self-control as a woman versus a man? Or it's just hard to develop self-control, period?
And I feel like people will probably say that it's harder as a man because people like to consider men to be physical creatures, but I don't think that it's easier for anyone's sex. I think that self-control, developing it it's a task. Even during your time of singleness, you have to understand what it means to gain self-control, what it means to be able to resist certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I said, marrying someone will not do that for you.
Mm-hmm.
Marrying someone will not give you self-control. Marrying someone may allow you an outlet at certain periods in certain times, but it's not going to be a solution to your problems on how to be able to manage yourself sexually in that sense, right? Because I mean, let's be for real right now. There's times you're not gonna have sex, right? There's gonna be times in your marriage it's not gonna happen. Whether it be because your woman is on her time during that month, whether it be just because of time between the two of you, you don't have that same amount of time that you thought you would have.
Postpartum.
Whether it be because life situations, right?
After she's given birth to a child, generally speaking, you're not supposed to have sex for the first 6 weeks. So.
Yeah, there's things that happen in your life that makes it, all that kind of stuff. So there's definitely going to be times in your life that you just can't do it.
Or she's just one person's up for it and the other person's not.
Yeah. There's so many reasons as to why there's certain things and times in life you're just not going to be able to do it. So it's important that you always need to have self-control. But obviously we're going to talk about it while single because the truth of the matter is resisting is not easy. Understanding how to deal with it when you're while single is not easy. So we're going to speak about it. We're going to speak a little bit about it. Why abstinence, being able to resist, being able to wait, being able to hold off, why is that important to have? Okay. And I guess the very first thing I want us to think about, why is self-control important? Why do you need self-control? And I would say the first thing I want us to understand is your self-control should not depend on your partner helping to satisfy your needs. Self-control should be an inner thing that comes from you. You should be able to have your own level of self-control, right? You should be able to control yourself. And this is why in the verse that we just read, it tells us that God says he wants us to be able to be willing to control ourselves. Can you control yourself? Okay. Are you able to control yourself? And like I said, marriage is not the time for you to learn self-control. You learn that while you're single. While you're single, you must, and it sounds weird because when you think about it, it's like you're single. That's the time that you really want to do certain things. And you're telling me I have to wait. And while waiting, I have to resist. While resisting, I have to stop. All of that sounds weird, right? But again, self-control is important. God asks us to have that because your bodies that you have belong to God. Your bodies have to be used to honor God, right? And I guess it's funny because like my wife and I, we can tell you like one of the very first things that we heard before we even started dating was this idea of you being a living sacrifice, right? Your body is you are a living sacrifice to God. Your body is part of that. You are called to be able to make sure that you are able to control yourself enough so that you can present your body agreeable in front of God's eyes. And so when you think about self-control, again, we said it, I want us to understand why it's important. It is important. Self-control is very, very important. Now, the question obviously is a lot of times I feel like a lot of us, we go to church, we go to all these places and they tell you don't have sex before marriage, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. And then a lot of us go around and say, but how the heck do we do that? Because we have hormones. We do have hormones. You have hormones. Married people have hormones. Single people have hormones. Blind people have hormones. Deaf people have hormones.
Okay, babe. Humans have hormones.
Everyone has hormones at the end of the day. We all have hormones, right? And we all have to be willing to learn how to control them. So the question is how, and I think that's the biggest thing that we want to talk about today is how do we control that?
Yeah.
How do we control our hormones? How do we keep them under wraps? How are we able to control them? How? Is it by taking multiple cold showers throughout a day? If you're a guy, is it a matter of walking around with an ice pack? Probably not. Like, none of these things are going to help you. Like, none of them. Because what happened when the ice melt? Like, Paul mentions to Timothy to flee from youthful lust, to run from them. The first thing I want us all to acknowledge about abstinence, you are not strong enough to fight it head on. The Bible is clear, and it's clear for a reason. It tells you to run from it.
Yeah.
I want us all to remember this, to keep this in mind. You are not strong enough to resist temptations in that sense. You're not. No one is able to do that. You have to be willing to run from that. You cannot just fight it off. And a lot of times we like to believe that we can. Like, I find it funny, you tell yourself you want to resist doing certain things, but you go partying and you start like girls giving you lap dances and all this stuff, and you're telling me that you're finding it easy. You're saying that you're struggling to resist.
Or you're in a relationship with a person that God chose for you, and yes, you're in a relationship and God chose, but you guys are not married, and you both are unable to control your hormones, but you guys decide to go in his or her bedroom by yourselves and close the door.
You guys decide.
Y'all want to do Netflix and chill.
You decide to put yourself in compromising situations, right? And I want to say a big part of abstinence is always making sure that you're never in the wrong place at the wrong time. A lot of times we think that there's some secret formula to it, praying all the time. I mean, my wife and I think we can tell you this from personal experience. Before we got married and we were dating and we were in a relationship, it wasn't all rosy to resist doing certain things or to resist falling into certain traps and falling into certain things. Yeah, we all like to say nighttime is demon time and all that stuff, and it's more difficult. But I mean, let me tell you something. The girl that you see at 10 a.m., 12 p.m., 2 p.m., she the same one that you see at like 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 11 p.m. I mean, you're attracted, And that's why I remember we had this conversation. Like, you don't put yourself in a compromising situation. Like, you don't sit here and tell me you guys go live together and expect for nothing to happen. Like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, things will happen. Don't sit here and tell me that, I think I remember this one time I did a surprise visit on my wife one day, but she didn't open the door. So somebody else opened the door that day. And I think she just came out the shower. And I was just like, wow.
I do not remember this.
I remember this like it was yesterday. I don't remember who opened the door at that time, or it was already open.
Maybe it was Peter. Or
no, it was definitely not Peter, because I don't think Peter would do that like at all. Yeah, it wasn't Peter.
Wait, what was I like?
You just came out the shower,
but I had a towel on, right?
You don't believe in towels?
Yes, I do. Nope. I wear towels here.
That's here. When you were at your mother's house, you didn't believe in you didn't believe in clothes, you didn't believe in towels, you didn't believe in anything unless you're going outside. You're
literally exposing me to the world.
I mean, all things pass away, new things.
Wait, you saw something?
It was close.
Oh, okay. You didn't see anything then.
I won't lie.
Okay.
It was close, but I remember that, and I remember it was just almost happened to be wrong place, wrong time, and I almost saw things I probably should not have seen at the time.
Which if he did,
certain things, we thank God that certain things, but what I'm trying to but basically bottom line is I don't again when we were dating it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, you know. And a lot of times I love to hear people when they say, you know, we're going to try our best to, you know, I already know the boundaries. I'm going to make this and that and the other thing. All of that is great in practice. Like it's great in theory. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
In theory, it's great to hear. But again, and this is why I tell people it's a matter of not being in the wrong place at the wrong time because it's not easy to abstain.
Hmm.
Like, it really isn't easy. And I mean, there's two different things I guess that we can dive into. One, abstaining while you're in a relationship. Two, abstaining while you're not in a relationship. But neither is easy. Now, let's talk about for those that are not in a relationship and you're telling yourself, how do you abstain? Well, the number one thing that, again, acknowledging that you can't do it by yourself is very important. Also, acknowledging the fact that, you know, don't put yourself in compromising situations. Don't sit here and tell me that you want to try and abstain from sex and all the people that you hang around are couples, and all you see every day is people making out, people, you know, on top of each other, people doing
Or your single friends that are like they don't have to be like people that is around you that don't really believe in the same. They're not believers. They don't believe in abstaining from sex before marriage. They don't believe in like withstaining. They believe in having casual sex with any individual that they can find. Like these are the people that you probably, and they're telling you about their sexual experiences, so you're kind of living vicariously through them. And and you go home and you start thinking about what they're telling you and their experience, and they're telling you different things, how they do oral sex or all these things like that, and you're listening to that, all of that, even though it's like I remember uh during a watch night, and one of the youth in our group was talking about different gates that the enemy can enter to. And even though in that moment you may not think about, all right, that being a gate that could bother you potentially, but like constantly hearing like their sexual experiences and how it felt and what does an orgasm feel like and that may how that arises you, like, or watching certain movies, like you got to be honest with yourself. Like you have to learn how to be honest with yourself. And a lot of the times I remember the reason why this topic even came up because a youth came up to me and sent me a voice note basically saying like, how do I get rid of this horniness that I'm dealing with? How do I get rid of this?
Can't get rid of it.
Yeah, like she was like, oh, basically, how do you get rid of the horniness, and how do you get rid of this desire to want to have sex, and how do I not watch pornography and all these things? And it's like a lot of the times it's really your environment that's causing you to, because I'm going to be honest with you, social media does play a huge part in why there's a high amount of people that are obsessed with pornography.
Oh yeah, algorithms are polluted.
All your algorithms are polluted. If I'm not even trying to be shady, but if most of your timeline as a guy is big booty women and women that have their tops off, or women that's just picking things up on the floor and they got a big butt and they wearing these shorts that's matte, like these, even if so let's be honest, because a lot of the times these visualize things that you may not want to visualize. So now you're watching these things and you're saying, oh, I'm just masturbating but I'm not having sex. You're still in losing connection with Christ. Like, you honestly, there are certain things that, if we should all know our trigger points in life, not just sexually but in anything that can lead you to sin. If you know your trigger points is hanging out with these people that's going to take you to this club, you don't hang out with these people. Don't put yourself in a compromising situation. If you realize your algorithm is so polluted with a whole bunch of big booty girls, or you see guys in these tight shorts and you see guys in these gray pants, and you are looking at them, or you see like people are just off of the fact of like, you just as a woman, you seeing girls with in a relationship, and you're seeing a girl that is getting, like, you see Instagram models receiving these nice Birkin bags and gifts and all this stuff like that, and you're starting to like idolize this relationship, like, oh my god, I want to be like Queen and Clarence, or oh my god, I want to be like Riss and Quan, I want that wedding, blah 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 blah. Oh, I wonder what they're gonna do tonight after they wedding. Like, your mind starts racing and starts thinking about things, and then you realize you find yourself in a compromising position to start, all right, I'm gonna go look at something. Or like, you know, even if you're in a relationship and you guys the conversation starts diluting into a sexual conversation, and you start googling things to send him and saying, hey, this is what I want to do to you when we get married. All these things are things that could be potential things that can cause you to sin. Like, you have to be honest with yourself. You have to have a check with yourself. If you're sitting here having conversations, or you're surrounding yourself with people that are actually actively having sex and they're talking about sex around you, you're gonna want to do the same thing. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you and say that horniness is not normal. You are a human being. You are allowed to have hormones. Like, that's okay. But it's what you do with those hormones in those very moments. It's what you do in those vulnerable situations. Those are the things that are going to be able to determine you from sin and leading you to the glory of God. Those are the two factors. And you really have to be watchful of those times.
I think we all have to understand that eventually a lot of the things, you know, a lot of it originates in your mind. And I want us to understand something. If you do want to abstain, right, you cannot keep yourself in positions that will force you to be unable to abstain, right? I tell people this all the time. There's two types of things God will tell you not to do. Something that is a sin, and something that will lead you to sin. I mean, when this is what society is showing us, and this is what attracts us, and this is what, like I said, there's certain things that it may not be a sin. I cut off social media for a long time in my life. One of the biggest reasons is just that. I'm not going to lie to you. I'd always find myself watching sexual things. When I was younger, it was like all I found myself eventually floating towards is all these girls doing whatever. To a point, God said, that's enough social media for you. I cut off. I had Instagram. I deleted that. I had Snapchat. Deleted that. I had Facebook. Deleted that. Everything had to go. Because God looked at me. He was like, that's not for you. Is there a possibility to keep your horniness in check by staying in prayer? Isn't that what the Bible means by living in lustful passion? No, it is possible. Well, it's not possible. It's more than possible. The reason why let me be honest, right? The reason why I am not mentioning prayer as a solution here is because I feel like that's all people hear. I want to be very honest. But
there's sometimes you pray and then you get out that prayer room, or you get out that prayer mode, and those hormones still come back.
What advice can you give to someone who is fighting to walk the narrow path in keeping their body pure, but they're struggling with a spirit spouse or an evil spirit that is sleeping with them in their dreams? Well, for one, that I'll be honest, that requires a lot of prayer. I'm gonna be blunt. Like, there's
Come
no
to 11:25.
Yeah, I will be very honest with you. There's no simple way to get around that. And I'll tell you why. When you start dealing with spiritual demons like that, cannot be remedied with a physical medication. You need to have a spiritual divorce, okay? And I want you to understand what I'm saying here. Anytime a spirit is able to claim you in your sleep, is because there was some sort of alliance done between you, and that could have been done by you directly or indirectly. Whether it be a parent that sold you up as a kid, a grandparent that opened the door, and now that spirit says, I own you. I can sleep with you any night I want. Anytime you go to sleep, I can haunt you because I own you.
And then when you get married, he will enter into the sexual life of you and your spouse. That's
where it gets even more dangerous. Now what happens is, like my wife said, you have several issues when you get married. Physically, the first issue that you're going to have physically, your partner will never satisfy you, ever. They won't be able to satisfy you no matter what. They can tease you till the sun comes up, foreplay you to whatever. You're going to realize you never get up. Like, nothing that they do works for you. Like everything, it's a problem. Again, because you belong to someone else.
Yeah, even in you guys sleeping in the same bed, like you will always feel like there's a third party
Yeah, you gotta feel
involved.
it.
You don't really feel connected to your spouse. Like there's no great level of intimacy because there's someone in between you guys.
Yeah.
You might even have a struggle to even have intercourse with this person because there's somebody.
Forget intercourse. You may
Yeah.
be struggling to just get it up.
All right, babe.
I'm serious. No, you may really be struggling to get it up. Like getting it up, you may struggle. You may be trying everything that you can and nothing stands up. And you're asking yourself, what do I do?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And you see yourself just struggling. You're just like, wow. You know what I'm saying? So you really need to understand when you get into that point, once you get married now, especially if you have to understand you had an alliance somehow, some way.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you see that in your dreams. Now everything that we just spoke about is completely, I don't want to say becomes irrelevant, but in a sense it becomes irrelevant because now what you just mentioned requires a spiritual deliverance.
Yeah, come to 11:20. That's all I can say.
Yeah, like you need to find yourself to 11:20, and then my wife's mom will help you out.
Yeah, come to a Thursday night, 11:20 Flatbush Avenue.
Yeah, and my wife's mom can help you out. So
why do you have to say my wife's mom? Just say past the road.
My wife's mom will help you out. Okay.
All right, next question.
Like I said, marriage won't solve it for you. Marriage is not something, and I feel like a lot of people in our generation, especially those that want to say that they're practicing abstinence, they feel like once they get married, it's going to solve that. It's not going to solve that for you.
Yeah, practicing abstinence doesn't mean you can masturbate.
Yeah, it's not going to solve that. Getting married won't solve
like practicing
that,
abstinence does not mean you can masturbate. Like I think during your abstinence season, like that does not mean, all right, I'm not having sexual intercourse with someone, but I'm still going to satisfy myself with a vibrator or myself or something. Like that is not practicing abstinence.
Yeah. I mean, you guys want to make sure that during this abstinence season, you're trying your best to understand what does it mean to control yourself. And honestly, I will say that being able to control yourself is not just going to pay off for you in this section of your life. It will benefit you in other sections of your life. But I think the biggest thing I want us to always keep in mind, please, guys, do your best moving forward. When you are living on a day-to-day, be careful, be watchful of your surroundings. Who do you surround yourself with? What type of friends do you have? What kind of functions and events do you go to? What is it what is around you? Don't attract something that you don't want to attract. Don't sit here and be the honey. You're going to attract bees. That's inevitable. Do yourself a favor. Be watchful. And for those that are in a relationship, my wife and I, like I said, we've had our experience. And we've heard of other people's experience as well. If you want to call, I'm never going to say, God is God, but God is not going to deliver you into temptation. Okay. So ultimately, I say this all the time. You be very watchful and careful. That's why I will never support dating for too long. I'm telling you, it's not.
How long? I guess it's case by case, right?
I don't even know what your question is to tell you if it's case by case.
No, I was like, how long do you think is like a good time to date someone that you intend to marry?
I don't see any reason to date for more than 2 years. Like two.
Or is it like a case by case basis?
2 to 3 years max, you good.
5 years is crazy.
I don't know what you need for 5 years, but if you needed 5 years,
like if you're super young, like you're 19, you're 18.
What's the question?
Like I feel like 5 years is a decent because if you're 18, 19. It's 23, 24 when you get married.
So God put you together at 18, 19 is what you're telling me, right?
Okay. All right then.
I'm asking you a question. You said this is a scenario, so I'm asking you. So is your scenario saying that God put you together at 18, 19 and he's expecting you to wait 5 years? That's what you're telling me. Is that the question?
So I guess it's good to say that God will give you a perfect timeline on how long you guys should be dating.
I feel like you have to, and this is kind of why I tell people, this is kind of why I just don't like the way things go nowadays, because I really feel like the norm of people dating pollutes people's mind as to the way God works. The norm of dating is, I get to know you, we talk, this, that, and the other thing. You court, you flirt, then you get into the dating phase, you gotta date for a couple of years, blah, 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 blah. See how that goes. Then that's the way the world functions.
How do you think it is supposed to be in biblical?
Biblically speaking, listen, I'm not, okay, just because it's biblical I want to be clear. Just because the biblical doesn't mean to skip any phases that I just mentioned.
Yeah.
There should still be a talking phase. There should still be a courting phase. There should still be a time that you guys get together. But, I mean, hey, if God put you guys together, he going to make a way.
So like, I was at his niece here, right? We was having this big get together, this family get together, whatever. I see an old friend of mine. He comes talking, and his girlfriend tried to friend's girlfriend. He talking to me. I told her like, leave me alone, this is my friend's girlfriend, and she kept on talking. And she decides to come talking to me, flirting with me or whatever. You okay? You sure?
I'm fine. Just checking the time.
Alright. Hours into the party, here comes my friend, comes doing this. She put her hands on my chest and she's trying to caress me. And here comes my friend yelling at me, screaming at me, begins to flirt with me. And she begins to touch me. I told her, leave me alone, you're my friend's girl. And I don't think we should do. I told him.
I'm so sorry. I actually have to be somewhere right now. This was great. This was so great. It was good meeting you though, but
But you didn't even finish your food.
I'm not hungry. You can finish it though. It was nice meeting you. Alright. Good. Oh, let me call Mika.
What's up? Wait, you gotta call B. He went on that date today.
Oh yeah.
Hello?
Girl, you will not believe the date that I just had.
What happened?
Why is he calling me?
Yo,
Yo, what's up?
not much, man. Just in bed. What's up?
Nothing. Yo, we know about your date. Was calling to ask how it went.
Yo, that date was fire, bro. I think she's the one.
You sure?
Oh my god, it was terrible. Like, terrible.
He was nice and all, but I don't know. There was something about him. It was just terrible.
I mean, yes, bro, I promise you. The second date guarantee.
You sure?
Yes, bro.
Bro, you positive?
Absolutely. Yo, she's 5 foot. She's Christian. She's Haitian, too. Oof. She's beautiful. Like, nah, she's the one for me.
It was that bad? Yes, like he just kept talking the entire time.
She likes to like listen a lot. Like she was really respectful too. Like that's really what I want a lot.
And I don't know. As soon as our food got here, I had to leave. And that's not even like me, but
As soon as our food came, she had to go. And I was like, okay, but like, her food just came, but it's whatever.
I had to get out of there.
How did you like him?
I mean, he was Haitian, but he wasn't Christian. And that's really what's important, you know? I don't know. I just needed something. I just needed to talk to somebody. But I have no idea what to look for in a guy. I just need help.
But I promise you, the date was fire. Second date guarantee. I promise you, bro.
You positive?
Absolutely, 100%.
Alright, bro. We're gonna hold it on you. We're gonna hold you to that, bro.
Alright, broski, I promise you, bro. Second date on point. She's wifey material. This is mine.
We are back. We're back, ladies and gentlemen. We're back. Welcome back to another episode of Breaking Christian Silence.
Hello, 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 everybody.
Real talk, real issues, real faith. We thank God. We're back, guys. We back. We back. We back. It's been a while.
It's literally been a week.
It's been like a whole 7 days.
You missed them?
No, I missed them, bro. I'm joking. I'm joking. I miss you guys. Always do. It's always a pleasure to be here. But we're happy to be here. We're happy to be here. After some time away, we're back. It's been some time, but we back, guys. We back. 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 Um, glad to see you guys, man. We're glad to see you guys.
So glad to see you guys.
It's
I don't know
been
if Emmanuel purposely tries to match with me because I'm wearing brown today, so you decided to wear your mocha shirt. I think it's cute though.
I just go on rotation. Like I wear blue, green, brown, blue, green, brown, blue, green, brown.
Whatever makes your heart happy.
I'm just saying, because it's kind of weird to wear the same thing twice in a row. Like, you rotate. Going blue,
Hello,
brown.
people out there in the world. Hello, welcome to Breaking Christian Silence, where we break one, where we where we break the silence one conversation at a time. We are so glad to be back. I'm glad to be back with my husband sitting on this couch. It's been the month of December has been
Amazing.
interesting.
It's been amazing.
It's been very interesting.
We're in December. December, best month of the year.
I know
best
that
month of the year.
Emmanuel keeps saying it's the
Best month of the year.
I want you to know that your wife is not born in December.
Yeah, but you chose to get married to a December baby. You also decided to get married in December. I mean, hey, the proof's in the pudding.
I'm
bro.
pretty sure you will have children that are not born in December.
I never.
What are you gonna say about that?
I'm gonna tell them straight up that they missed out. Like what? Be like, you guys missed out being born.
Or you missed out.
What did I miss?
Up.
What did I miss out on?
Okay.
What did I miss out on?
If you really think about it.
How did I miss? What did I think about?
I'm not gonna go into that right now.
What you mean? Just because? Because I didn't have sex in March or April to make sure that. What if they come out preemie? Then what? That's like, listen, I can't control that. So
God forbid.
All I'm gonna say is, at the end of the day, this is like, if they didn't get born they weren't born in December. I mean, hey, I can't, like, listen. Not everyone was granted that opportunity. Like, I'm pretty sure if you go into the lineage of like Moses and Samuel, they were both born in December.
Bro, I don't think December was a thing back in those times.
What do you mean? They had months since the beginning of time.
Did they really?
Days of the week, bro.
Did they really? I don't think so.
They did, but they were probably born in December. But anyway, we're glad to be here.
Happy December. Happy holidays, everyone. We're so excited to be here with you guys. I'm excited to be here with you guys. I'm excited to have this conversation with my husband. We are excited because we are 11 days away from the big day. We are 11 days away. We've been promoting this since August. That we are having a live audience, a live forum with people, food, jokes, laughs, and just straight up entertainment. So we are excited. We're about 11 days away, and
11 days.
12 days away from my husband's birthday.
11 days away, guys.
Emmanuel is getting older and older, and I'm just keep staying the same age.
11 days, crazy. Guys. 11 days till the big day. We happy. We excited.
We just want to say thank you to everyone that has purchased a hoodie, a sweatshirt, a crew neck. People that have just straight out just send money and support our way. May God immensely bless you guys. We are so excited for the day. I'm excited, but I'm also nervous because I'm not really a good public speaker. Like, I'm not really good at that. Like, that's really Emmanuel's lane. I was comfortable with doing this because it's like behind the camera and no one's here, just us. really, I mean, you guys are here with us, but like you guys are not present. So the fact that that day you guys are going to be present and I'm just going to see all your little faces, I'm going to be very nervous. So if I'm just like in a cocoon that day, just understand this is the reason why. But yes, I am so excited. I'm so glad. Now we have another opportunity to talk again. And we just want to thank God. Thank God for this opportunity. Like, if we look back on this year, because this is our final episode before our live audience, if we look back on this year and like how it started and where we are right now, we just want to give God the glory because honestly, this is not where we thought we would be at this instant, at this time. Um, Emmanuel, we had a conversation last year around this time. We were on vacation, and Emmanuel was like, "Babe, I want you to join me on the YouTube," and I was like, "I'm not going on the YouTube." And um, just to see where when God inspires someone, and then you just say yes and you just submit to God's will, and here we are today. We know that there's so much more that is in store, so much more that's coming. Um, I just want to thank God for everyone that decided to help us, the volunteers, every person that's on our team. Thank you guys so much for helping and just seeing how they're coming up with ideas and strategizing for next year. I'm excited about what next year has to store for us. So I'm excited, y'all. Um, but if you haven't purchased your merch, please purchase your merch. We would love everyone to wear their merch on the day of. Is today the last day that they can purchase their merch in order to get it on December 20th?
Yeah, if you're getting custom, then you can still purchase today. If not, then you're out of luck.
Oh, if you're not getting, I guess, customized ones, if you're not getting customized and you wanted a merch, if you wanted just like a standard one, like unfortunately you're not gonna be able to get. I don't know if they're gonna be selling it on the day of. So so anyway, so I'm excited. Anyway, I'm so excited for the day. I'm so excited to see Kevin for the first time. I've never seen Kevin in real life. So this is all really exciting. So yeah.
Yeah, guys. So we're looking forward, excited, getting ready from there. So let's let's get to it. We're gonna dive in. Whenever
Mhm.
you're ready.
Sorry, baby.
Yeah. So we're gonna dive in. Let's pray, and then we'll start.
Mhm.
All right. God, we thank you. We worship you. We honor you. We give you all the praise and the glory that you so rightfully deserve. We thank you for your love and your kindness. We thank you for your mercy. We thank you for your faithfulness to us, Lord God. And Lord God, here as we're about to start, we ask God that you take control, take first place. Just have your way. Do as you want, do as you please. Whatever you see fit to be done, let it be done. Whatever you see fit to be said, let it be said. And let your name be forever praised and glorified. We thank you, we honor you, we praise you. In your holy son's precious name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. So let's get started.
Amen. Okay.
Let's get started. Let's get started. So as always, we're gonna start with a verse.
Mhm.
So we're gonna read. We're gonna go to Proverbs. Turn in if you have your Bible. Obviously that's nice. Um, yeah. Let's have a. We appreciate you for saying you have a crew. Definitely, if they have an RSVP, please RSVP, guys. We're setting up places and chairs and everything like that. So definitely make sure that you RSVP for whoever is coming. Try your
Mhm.
best
Mhm.
so that we can get estimates on numbers. We are already we're getting close to the amount of chairs that we have. So it's definitely great if you guys let us know so we can plan in advance. So definitely let us know. We definitely want you guys to come out in numbers, but just make sure do your best to have everybody RSVP. Or if you're coming, just RSVP. Just
Yeah,
say how many
just yeah,
people
you're coming
you're
with.
coming with, so it makes life easier. But definitely come out, come in big numbers. It definitely helps. But yeah, we're gonna turn to Proverbs. We're gonna read Proverbs chapter 16.
16.
That's gonna be our verse for today. Proverbs 16. We're going to read
verse.
verses 1 and 2. So,
All right.
Proverbs, everyone, if you can, if you have your Bible or your phone, whichever, I understand that, people may not have their Bibles with them, understandable. But Proverbs, we're going to look at Proverbs chapter 16. We're going to read verses 1 and 2.
The preparation of the heart belongs to man, but the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. All the ways of a man are pure in his own eyes, but the Lord weighs the spirits. The
Yeah.
preparation of the heart belongs to a man, but the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. All the ways of a man are pure in his own eyes, but the Lord weighs the spirit.
There you go. So, Proverbs 16, verses 1 and 2. So, what we're going to talk about today, I think it's kind of piggybacking off of what we did last week. We're actually watching this video. I was watching a video
On his
last
favorite
week,
YouTube couple.
and as they were talking, they brought up something that I thought was pretty important, and I guess it was funny because it really related to what we were speaking about last week when we are talking about tough conversations, difficult conversations. So we want to talk about this idea, like these two words that I think are very important when you're dealing with having tough conversations, right? We want to talk about the difference between intent versus impact,
Right.
right?
I
What
think
is
that Shirley brought that up like last week. Like, she doesn't really appreciate um how certain people can approach you on certain things. So I guess this is just to further on that
yeah,
topic.
yeah, definitely. So we're gonna try and dive into talk about this a little bit. Again, this is our last episode for the year, so we're kind of wrapping things up. Um, so we'll see how far we get. But again, we're gonna be talking about intent versus impact. Your intent versus your impact versus the impact, and that's kind of why we read the verse that we read when you read it in Proverbs 16 verses 1 and 2, talking about we a man in their own eyes always thinks that everything that what they do is okay. But at the end of the day, God is the one that knows everything, the truth behind everything. And we're going to talk about the same here. Um, but I guess we'll start with like just a very short story time. I remember there was a time my wife and I we got into it. We had a back and forth. And after the back and forth was over, we obviously you try and make up, sorry, apologies, whatever, blah blah blah. And I guess at the time, I guess this was very early on in our relationship, and at the time,
We were dating or married?
I don't remember. And then at the time, we when she kind of came to me, she was kind of like, hey, um, w- she was kind of surprised at the fact that I guess that she apologized, and I was kind of not really moving on as much as quickly. And, I guess she started to question why. And I kind of told her, I was just like, I feel like a lot of times, what people underestimate, words to me are like bullets. You can, you can shoot somebody, right? You shoot somebody and you apologize for shooting them. But if you shoot them in a vital spot and they die, your apology is not going to bring them back to life, right? And even if they don't die, they still survive. The apology may not completely remove the hurt behind whatever happened. Um, and we have to understand sometimes we yes, you can apologize. I'm never saying you can't apologize, and nor am I saying this as an excuse for people to believe that it's okay to harbor onto your feelings forever. But I think it's important for us to always keep to, and I guess the moral of the story, the reason why I brought this up, to get into the conversation for today, is to understand that there is every word that comes out of your mouth. Always remember there's two aspects behind every word that comes out your mouth, especially when you're having tough conversations, especially when you're having arguments, especially when you're having back and forth. There's always two aspects of every single word that comes out your mouth. Number one, the way you meant it, and number two, the way it was received. Right? There's always two aspects to every single word that comes out of your mouth. How the way it was delivered and the way it was received, right? And a lot of times, us as humans, we don't really, to be honest, I don't think we ever care about both. Neither. I don't think we ever care about either, or ever decide to think about either of those. The reason I say that is because, for the most part, we tend to think about this is just what I mean by what I'm saying. Like this is what I mean. This is my intent behind what I'm saying. This is what I mean, and you just expect the person to take it the way that you had it in your head. But you never thought about, okay, how did I say it? What was the manner in which I delivered it? And B, you never thought about the fact that, guess what? You and the person are just not the same. That person is not in your head. The person is going to take it the way they received it, right? So again, we're going to spend a little bit of time. We just want to talk to you guys about it because, again, we saw it, and I think it was very important for us in our minds when we're thinking about, okay, we spoke about hard conversations. We spoke about those things, yeah. But we definitely think this is something that is very important for us to think about.
This is a good, like, in parentheses.
Wait, what?
This is like a good in parentheses.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of like making sure, like, it's highlighted. It's just as important as having a productive or good conversation or disagreement.
Yeah.
But this is just as important, like the impact that a person can have in a conversation. So I think that's it's just as impactful. It's just as crucial.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like it goes hand in hand together. So we wanted to like make sure that when we're wrapping this up, that we just want you to know, okay, don't go into an argument seeking for an argument. Don't go into a disagreement seeking to cut each other's heads off, but making sure that, and not going into the art. And sometimes, a lot of the times, it's like when you are going head to head with someone, it's like, I don't understand. Oh, sorry. It's like when you're going head to head with someone, I don't like, sometimes you don't understand, like, why is this person not receiving it the way I want them to receive it? Or like, how come every time they respond back, it's like, this is not what I expected them to respond back with, because this is not what I said. This is not what my intent was. But also understanding and making sure that you're like being very delicate with a conversation and a disagreement. Like, I think that making sure that the person is following you, making sure that you are having verbal and non-verbal communication throughout the whole disagreement. You know what I mean? Because if the person is telling you, if you're saying something and the person is turning around, or the person is like not giving you the same great amount of eye contact, then you could tell, all right, this person, what I just said just turned the person off, or anything like that. Those cues, those things are very as important as just having the conversation and just being honest and transparent with someone.
No, I agree. I definitely agree. I think
Sorry, Rebecca.
I do think that in general, arguing and having hard conversations, I believe, is an art that you develop over time. It's a skill. Learning how to argue is a underappreciated skill in a relationship.
You're literally becoming a litigator.
Yeah, you have to learn how to argue. It's kind of like, for example, for people that, like, if you go into law, you have to learn how to argue a case in such a way to make sure that your client has the best possibility of getting off scot-free, right? It's the same thing in a relationship. You have to learn how to have hard conversations. And the reason I say you have to learn how to have them is because, remember something. The hard conversation is not meant to break you guys. It's meant to better you guys, right? A hard conversation is meant to better your relationship. It's meant to better whatever it is that you guys have among you. So if every conversation just ends up feeling like it's just further breaking your relationship, then at that point, the point of the hard conversations is not really, it's not happening, because the hard conversations is meant to be hard and be a conversation, right? It's meant to yield positive fruit. It's meant to make sure that, okay, where we're going somewhere positive. We're getting somewhere. We're actually, what we're talking about, we're progressing the right way, right? So it is an art. But before we get into it, I just want to get you to understand, why is it important to understand the difference between intent and impact. So I want to give you guys some real life examples, and maybe you can relate to these, right? Have you ever been in an argument and you guys are feeling like you're going back and forth, and and both of you keep repeating the same phrase, but you're not getting what I'm saying. But you're not getting what I'm saying. But you're not understanding me. But you're not understanding me. You're not getting what I'm saying. You're not understanding me. Have you ever felt like you got into an argument and like you guys keep saying that? Like both of you keep saying that? Like you guys, but that's not what I'm saying. But that's not what that's not, you're not getting me. But I'm not. Likely you're missing the point of understanding the difference between intent versus impact. Right? Or another example, you say something to the person and then they respond to you. And then you tell the person, but that's not what I said. 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 Again, you're missing the true understanding of intent versus impact. Yeah. Right? Or I'll give you another example. You guys are going back and forth. You guys are getting at it, blah, 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 this and that, the other thing, yada, yada, yada. And then when the conversation is done, it doesn't seem like you progress, but in actuality, both of you guys just look at each other and say to yourselves, you know what? I think it's probably best that I just don't share my feelings anymore. I don't think we get anywhere. Intent
it's like
versus
more so
impact.
Yeah. It's like you feel like you've regressed.
Yeah.
After that conversation, like you just don't feel like.
No, definitely.
Like, all right, he's not really getting me, or she's not really getting me, and like this is a waste of time. I think this is more crucial for this conversation. I think this is gonna be a little controversial, but I think the intent versus the impact is more crucial for women than it is for men. Because okay, all right, fine. If Alex was here, he would be like,
What a car.
But
what a color.
I'm not even trying to make it a women's versus. I'm not even trying to make it a women's versus men thing.
Amen.
But I do think, because I'm being reflective.
I need to see the woman in the chat and see. Nah, bro, that's.
I'm being a little. I'm just. But let me finish. Let me land.
Go ahead.
I think the intent versus impact is because we enter conversations, especially like big disagreements, with a lot of emotion. So the way we want the back of our mind, it's like we want to be this impactful. We want you to understand us. We want you to take something away from us, but our emotions are getting in the way of that. And it kind of like flusters the conversation. However, on the other side, I also think it's crucial for men because to understand the intent versus impact, because sometimes the impact could hit you so hard in a negative way that you end up not really understanding the intent and end up just closing up and not closing up the possibility of being vulnerable with your spouse. So I think
run that back.
So I do think that, like, for example, like if I'm just hitting you with straight impact and my intention, like, you missed the boat for my intention, like, okay, I'm clearly trying to make you understand my intention.
So
then
basically, wait. So basically, what you're saying is, the man gotta be able to read between the lines when the girl is shooting straight bullets at him.
No,
that's what you're saying right now.
See, you always trying to go there. I'm not trying to go there with you tonight. You love doing Battle of the Sexes. Y'all love doing Battle of the Sexes.
Double standards is crazy. It's all right though.
But I'm saying to you, sometimes it's crucial to understand the difference, because this is also will help you for you to not, so you could be vulnerable and be okay with being vulnerable, because you understand, like, okay, I know my wife is not trying to do this or do that.
That's that
You know
double
what?
standard.
Whatever, bro.
That's that double standard I be
tired
talking
of
about, bro. So basically, the man got to be able to dodge bullets and be like, that bullet wasn't meant for me. That bullet wasn't meant for me. That bullet wasn't meant for me. He got to dodge all the bullets.
No, I think
Wait
as
for you to enter
let
your,
me say this.
empty your mag.
I think as a man, and y'all gonna hate me when I say this. I'm glad that Alex is not on the line. But as a man,
This is why these conversations suck, because I'm the only man, but I'm the only
as
man
a
here.
man,
A little boy answer, not a man. Go ahead.
yeah. As a man, you need to be able to enter into a disagreement logically, so you can be able to decipher whether or not your wife is being emotional right now, or is she, like,
So wait. So let me see if I get this straight, right? So a disagreement, you're saying that a woman can enter into it emotionally, but the man has to enter into it logically,
no,
so that he can decipher whether or not what the woman is saying.
Guys, this is a real good little preceptor. It's a little goûter, a little appetizer to our little arguments that we be having. Because Emmanuel is the king. All right? And this is what happens when you marry a pastor.
No, that's
He's
not.
the
That has
king
not. I'm
of
sorry.
mincing words,
No,
y'all.
I'm not mincing words. Because if I wanted to mince words, I would have just taken what you said and ran with it. Like, I'm really trying to understand, because what you're saying, I'm trying to understand it. And it has nothing to do with being a pastor. I never understand why you said that has to do with a pastor.
Okay.
It's just a matter of somebody that, like...
You're just really good with your words.
It's not being really good with words. It's just a matter of, you know what? Words... How can I communicate with you outside of words? I feel
Non-verbal
like...
communication. I can look at you and you can look at me and you already know what I'm feeling.
Yeah, that's how I know when you're in the mood and you're not in the mood. That's nonverbal communication. That's not what I'm talking about, though. What I'm saying is,
why you always gotta go there?
How else can somebody... The best way for us to communicate is through words.
Yeah.
Right? I do believe that words are just very important. And I'm not going to lie. I feel like my high school did that to me. And I hate to give this man credit, but I have to. My 9th grade English teacher, this is what he drilled in our brains from 9th grade. Like, you take every word and you analyze it down to the bone.
Man,
And
I hate that 9th grade teacher.
I hated him too.
I want to go and slap him beside his head.
No, I hated him too. Like, he was my 9th grade. Okay, he was my 9th grade teacher. I also think he was Elizabeth's 9th grade teacher. English.
Not Esther.
I don't think Esther had him. There was Dr. Cho. I'll never forget him.
Oh, so
Or
they
Mr. Cho,
didn't
my
have
bad.
the same teachers?
We had a lot of teachers. Like, for one class, for 1 year, you could have like 3 or 4 different English teachers.
I
So it's
see.
just whichever one that you get.
Okay.
And and he knew I hated him, because when I was my parent-teacher conference, it wasn't even my parent-teacher conference. When it was my sister's parent-teacher conference, 5 years after the fact.
And you probably graduated.
I was graduated. I was already a
done.
freshman in high school. In college at that point. And my mother came to say, to visit. And he asked my mother, hey, does your son still hate me?
Dang, you told him that you hate him?
Well, he could just tell. Like, it's not hard.
Yeah,
you could tell. So, yeah. It was...
I get that she sings, so it's just to let you. Anyway, well,
so
I hate that man.
That's what gets me so into words. It has nothing to do with it. That class really changed the way I viewed, like, everything.
Okay.
Like, I was forced, and I'll never forget it, because my very first English paper, I'll never forget, he gave me a D. He gave me a D. He gave me a 1.0 out of 4. I'll never forget that.
Yeah, you probably
because
got a baton.
I was so upset, because I was just like, what is going on? So that, and he really told you, he was like, everything that you wrote is vague. You're too vague, way too vague. You need to know what it means to take a sentence and dissect it. Every word, every punctuation, everything.
I pray
and
God
that is the
our
only
kids
thing
don't
that
gotta teach it like that, because baby,
no,
they
it
come home
actually
and be like, Mom, what do you mean by that? But what do you mean by that?
No,
And
you
I'll be
need
like,
that, actually. You definitely need that, because
Lord.
that's what helps you to be able to communicate and understand. And that's why you say, no, I'm going to sit down and analyze every single word and understand you. And if I don't understand you, I'm going to ask why. That's just me.
Okay.
And I'm meticulous. I'm going to look at every single letter.
Every single word. Like,
if you
bro,
put a comma in the wrong place, I'm gonna take
You
it the
judging
way.
me.
No, not. I'm not. Okay, let me rephrase. When I say in the wrong place, I'm not gonna say like what you did was bad, but more so, if you put a comma in this instead of this word in front of this word,
It has a
instead of
different
that
meaning.
word, it has a different meaning, and I'm going to assume it based on the way wherever the comma was placed.
This is why I don't, like, I'll be like, wait, I'll just wait until you get home.
That's me. I'm sorry. You can blame my English teacher. My mom remembers him. I know she does because he legit 5 years later. That was I think no. I had 2 English teachers that were that bad. I'll never forget Mr. Cho and Dr. Johnson. 2 of them. Dr. Johnson was even worse. No, he wasn't worse. I think Mr. Cho was definitely the worst out of them all. But Dr. Johnson, my God. Oh Lord.
Antuka, what I'm trying to tell you is that
Crazy.
I-
But go ahead. Let's do this battle of the sexes, bro.
I'm not doing.
There's not that many guys in here.
I'm
There's
not
only
doing.
one guy.
I'm not doing battle of the sexes with you.
There's only one guy. I mean, the girls for the most part are kind of quiet.
Yeah.
Oh, there's one girl that's always active. What's her name again? Jessie. Yeah, Jessie. Yo, surely get Jessie, man. I hope Jessie comes to the live. The people that talk, I remember them. The people that don't talk, I don't even know they're there.
Like Josh's friend from a while ago. He used to like her too.
Lynn. Yeah. She don't watch us.
Oh.
I'll tell you why after. I can't say on the live, bro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Can't say why.
That was intense.
Yeah.
No, I'm not even trying to do battle of the sex with you. I'm just saying that I think that because you guys are able, you guys have the ability to keep your emotions in check. And I just don't feel like as women sometimes we have that. Like,
Okay,
and maybe I'm just gonna talk about myself.
Wait, okay, right.
Because I don't want to say women and then the women kill me in the comments and saying, "Oh,
Most of the women are not commenting right now. So
I know,"
you
but
good.
I'm just saying. Eventually, like if they rewatch this and be like, "What the heck was Abigail saying?" You know what I mean? So what I'm trying to say is that I feel like for me, it's like it's harder to keep my emotions in check, especially if I'm the one that's coming with you with the issue, right? I think that if I'm already emotional about it, I think that it's best that you just keep your logic in check so that we can enter into this
I don't even think it's
conversation.
keeping logic in check. It's just keeping your mouth shut.
That's what I don't like that either though. I don't want you to keep your mouth
You
shut.
may not like it, but you guys don't like the alternative either.
What's the alternative?
If we start to express ourselves, you gonna be
That's
like,
not true.
babe, I'm sorry. It definitely is, bro.
That's not true.
Especially when you guys are emotional. And let what we say be something that goes against how you feel. Oh my God. You're not hearing me. You're not hearing me. You're not understanding me.
Why every time you try to talk like a woman, you sound like that? Is that how you hear us?
Aye.
Oh, look.
Aye.
It's Benjamin.
Benjamin's
Live
birthday's in
flesh.
2 days. Aye.
Isn't he
Aye.
so excited?
Aye. No, but it's the truth. But I mean, I get what you're saying, but I'm just saying that double standard is crazy.
Hey, we live in a double standard world. Y'all still get paid more than us, so it is what it is.
You know what? I'm not even gonna comment on that one because that's a whole different thing.
I'm just saying, it's true.
Anyway, so
I speak facts.
I think we're getting the point, right? There's a big difference between intent versus impact, and I want us to kind of sit down and dissect the two words to understand the difference between them. Hello, I'm over here. Thanks. Intent versus impact. Let's start with intent, and then we'll get into impacts. When you get into having hard conversations, everything that you say, I hope at least, everything that you say, you have a reason as to why you say it. Right? You have a reason that makes you say what you said. Whether it be you're upset, whether it be that you're mad, whether it be that just you're expressing a feeling, you have a reason to saying for the words that are coming out of your mouth. There's a reason behind it, I hope. Now, intent, by definition, is whatever it is that you have in your mind, whatever ideas that you have in your mind, whatever thoughts that you have in your mind, that resulted in you vocalizing the words that you said. So, for example, if you are upset, your intent behind what you're saying, and I want to also be clear, intent can be different even if the words are the same, right? So, for example, you may say something like, I don't like when you do this. You can say it as a joke, or you could say it in all seriousness, right? Intent can be different. The intent is driven by how you feel. The intent can be driven by your emotions. The intent can be driven by your thoughts. The intent can be driven by the situation. The intent can be driven by the circumstances. The intent can be driven by whatever is happening, right? Intent. What you say, whatever comes out of your mouth, the things that you're saying, there's an intent behind them. You have something that you're trying to do. Now, intent is a double-sided coin, because intent can completely break an argument before it even starts, or it can allow an argument to start off on the right foot, right? It can break an argument before it even starts because of the simple fact that the intent that you have when you say something is just to be like Rocky Balboa and knock the person out, right? The intent that you have when you say something can be, I want you to feel what I feel, right? Or some people's intent is just to be passive aggressive, right? The intent behind what you're saying can really, like I said, make or break a conversation before the conversation even starts. I would like to say you could think of an intent similar to how, like, when you're watching videos on TikTok or Instagram, there's some caption or hook that hooks you into the video. That can either make you continue to watch, or make you say, forget it. Your intent behind what you're saying can influence the direction of the conversation from the off. If you feel like the intent of the person is, I'm here to fight, that will dictate the way everything goes.
What is I'm not trying to start anything with this between us, but like, what is one thing in the past that if you heard me say, like, all right, this is Abigail trying to start an argument? Babe, don't even sit here and try to think and gather your thoughts, because you already know, like, once I said the words, it already came into your mind. Ping! Stop it.
No, let's not even do that. Because I think, and
I'm
that's,
gonna ask you. I'm not.
no, because I think that
question.
no, because I think the thing is, like I said, it's not. Sometimes it's not always the words. I think for you, it's your tone that trips me up more than your words. I don't think your words really get it for me. It's like the words are okay. If for example, like, my wife is like, there's more so things that you do and the tone that you speak that kind of tells me, okay, yeah, this is not gonna be fun. Like, for example, if we're texting and I see, like, you know, she says something and there's like, the texts are a bit dry or plain, I'm like, all right, I already know she's upset. Now, if you're talking about, for example, if you're approaching me to talk about something, right? And I want to know, and I want to gauge the temperature of the conversation, whether I feel like it's going to be one of those, it's going up here, or one of those, it's going down here. It's not usually the first word. It's more so, I'll know like 2 minutes in. Like 2 minutes in, I'm going to start to know.
It takes you 2 minutes to figure it out?
Yeah, because usually the way you start a conversation, or a lot of these times, you don't start at a 10. But I can get an idea within 2 minutes. All right, If I don't gauge this properly, she's gonna hit a 10 in the next 5 minutes. All right, yeah, I know that from the jump.
Interesting.
Like for example, if you start, you can say something. I'm like, okay, and I'm listening. And then if I try to start saying something and you cut me off before I can even finish, I'm like, yeah, okay, this is over. I just know because I know you. I know you well enough. Like you, wait, when you want to drive a point home, you want to drive a point home. And if you start to feel like words are being said and they're not according to what you envision in your mind, you're like, yeah, stop talking, stop talking. Clearly, you don't get what I'm saying. So let me drive this point home for you. And I'm like, oh, it's that kind of timing. All right, I already know. I already know. I don't think you can answer that for me though, because I definitely don't like.
You're honest.
You can't answer that for me. Like, yeah, it's okay. You can't answer that for me.
The thing is like Emmanuel does not. You don't bring up stuff. Like you don't bring up grievances. Like you don't bring up things that, like, that make you upset.
That's
It's
true.
rare. It's really rare.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
honestly, like, not even trying to like. This is me just taking accountability, but like, the times that you do, I should probably take you more seriously because you don't do it that often.
I would bring up times if I'm like sad, but things that hurt me deeply, things that upset me, I'm not usually bringing those up.
Yeah, you
I
don't
can bring
usually.
up something that annoys me, that may sadden me, but something that like that upset me, nah,
Yeah.
I'm not the type.
I was
Nah,
gonna say something, but I don't wanna. I don't wanna kill you. I don't want you to get killed, so I'm gonna leave it.
jeez, man, that's so harsh.
No, I'm. I don't want you to get like I don't want you to date. I don't want people to paint you as something that you're not. That's what I'm saying. Like I'd rather just not.
So you should just never say anything at all.
Sorry.
What's wrong with you, bro?
I'm sorry.
Sorry though.
Yeah, but like I'm trying to think, cause honestly, like Emmanuel's mannerisms is like I think like that's the biggest thing. Like he'll be so quick to like draw himself away more than anything. Like I feel like that's like the biggest thing. Like that's the biggest like point when I'm like, all right, I know, like I done messed up. I done said something. All right, Benjamin. I done said something. I done did something. I I messed up someplace, somehow, somewhere. You know what I mean? And then when he starts to thinking, once he starts scratching that head and start like sitting himself in the corner, it's over. He's probably talking to the Lord right now,
No, because I think
upset.
I think the thing about me is I have a I think what's weird about me, I have a very delayed reaction to things. I know this is gonna sound weird, but I don't get hurt instantly. I get hurt after I like s- if something is said to me, I may just brush it off, or I may not even realize what was said. But once I have like, if it's something for some odd reason, certain things I don't know why my mind works like this, but certain things just come back to my mind, and I just like it will be like 5 minutes later or 10 minutes later, it comes back. It's like hold on, and then that's when I would have like a delayed reaction, and then I sit down and I really think. I'm like, whoa, whoa, and then that's when I feel like I start to get yeah, yeah. That's kind of how I am. I don't think I get hurt right then and there at the moment it was said, unless what was said is just so bluntly said to hurt me. Like if you like, I'm not. For example, I'm not. Since we spoke about this last week, it didn't take me a delayed reaction when you told me, "Oh, I don't need you. I can do this by myself." Like that wasn't a delayed reaction. Like that was so blunt. It was like, bro, what? So no, but there are certain things that are said. I can sit back and I'm just like it will take some time. Like it's if I get upset right then and there, like if it hurts me right then and there, whatever you said was like, yeah,
Extreme.
yeah. But otherwise, it takes me time, and that's usually why when I'm upset, you can know that something went wrong because by the time I got to that point, I done processed that thing at least 1,000 times. I processed it. I thought about it. I went over it in my head. I'm like, and then I usually try to sit down and give the person the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they're going through this. Maybe they're going through that. But if all of that thinking still doesn't make me get over it, then yeah.
And then he'd be like, "So when you said this,
Yeah.
so when you said this, like, what did you?"
Yeah.
Cause and like, I mean, I think we said this on the podcast so many times, but like, one of the things that I personally don't like about Emmanuel is that he takes so long to get over things. Like, I just be wanting him to like get to the other side, and he don't get to the other side that quickly.
I'm
Like,
sorry.
and that's okay, baby. I'm okay with that now. Like, I'm becoming okay with that.
So,
Why are you laughing at what I'm saying?
so,
Is something funny? Am I a clown to you?
so, intent versus impact. But no, there's certain. But I think that the moral of what we're trying to say is intent. You can like there's ways the intention behind what you're saying means more than what you said. And a lot of times I think we skip over the intent. A lot of times we skip over because understanding intent is understanding that, hey, if someone were to say this to me the way I'm about to say it to them, would it sit well with me? Because a lot of times people can't take what they dish out. People usually cannot take what they dish out. Like what they dish out, if they were to receive it, man.
Yeah, because I've definitely been on the receiving end, and I don't like it.
But I feel like
I do not like it. It's not fun.
I do feel like a lot of times we don't understand that when you say something, everything that you say, you have to understand that it's going to be open to interpretation by the person that's hearing you.
Yeah.
Right? And like I said, we don't tend to be able to take what we can dish. Like we're very good at dishing things out. Very good at that. But when it comes to taking it, no. Which is why I always tell people treat others the way you want to be treated.
But a lot of the times it's like it feels okay to do something to someone else, but then when you risk, I think.
And that's what we're talking. And that's why we're talking about the difference about intent versus impact. Because
so the thing is like
we don't tend to see.
I remember there were times where I felt like, and Emmanuel's gonna kill me when I say this, but I feel like he would wait. Like I would do something to him, and then he will wait for a proper scenario to return that thing so he can see. He'd be like, "Oh, so you don't like when this is done to you, but just such and such time, you did the same thing." Like Emmanuel is really good at putting it right back in your face to make you feel like he's like, "Oh, that's the only way you learn, babe. That's the only way you learn."
I feel like you keep like you say that, but I always told you. Because I felt like at the beginning when we used to talk about things and I used to share my feelings with you, you'd never understand how I felt. Like, no matter how many times I kept telling you, I'm like, babe, I feel this way, I feel this way. And you just did not understand. And then the reason the way I realized that this is the only way you understood was because there came a time, it even happened intentionally. Like something happened.
Okay, but then you started doing it quite often.
Because that seemed to be the only way for you to understand. When I tell you, babe, I don't like when you do this. And you're like, nah, it's okay. I'm like, babe, no, I don't like when you do this. And then I realized when you see it happen to you, you're like, oh.
I see what you're saying.
That's what you felt. I'm like, yeah, that's what I felt. I always told you if you just hear me out and understand how I feel without me, then we wouldn't have to get to that point. But sometimes I'm just like, nah, you got to understand how I feel. Because if you don't, like, it's going to get 10 times worse. Yeah. It's going to get 50 times worse. But,
yeah.
But yeah, I do think ultimately intent, like I said, intent goes a long way. Intent goes a long way for us to understand that, you know, I think maturity is when you understand that intent is more important than the feelings that you are internalizing. Because again, remember something. When you are getting into a conversation with someone that's worth you even having this conversation with, then the goal should not be for you to sit here and get your rocks off and make the person feel like, you know what, they're the worst person ever. Your goal should be, you know what, I want this relationship to get better. I want this relationship to improve. So if I wanted to improve and I wanted to get better and I wanted to grow, then I can't start the relationship. I can't start this conversation with the mindset of this is what I have to do or this is what I have to say for the person to feel how I feel. It should more so be like, you know what? I want you to just understand, and I want us to be able to understand each other
Right.
so that we can grow.
Mm-hmm.
Because ultimately, guys, the end product of every hard conversation should be to grow,
Yeah.
right? And ultimately, your intent behind everything value is very, very important in that aspect. Understanding that when you are talking about growth, intent behind the things that the intent behind what you say means more than what you said. How you said it, the manner you said it, the way it came off, all of that matters. Your intent. Your intent drives the impact more than you know.
Yeah.
Your intent drives the impact because ultimately, you, for example, crashing into a car at 20 miles an hour versus crashing into a car at 60 miles an hour won't have the same impact. One may allow the person on the receiving end to just be hospitalized, and the other may cause the person on the receiving end to be sick, to go 6 foot under. It's not the same.
Um. I. I. I also want to. I want to give you guys credit and like for you guys to also understand like this is a topic and this is a discussion that is learned through time. Like it's really good in theory, but it's learned through time. Like you learn how to develop proper skills when you're actually faced with these issues. Like because we can only speak on it because of the fact that it's been years and years, it's been almost 7 years of us practicing.
7 years next Saturday. No, that's 4 years next Saturday.
4 years.
7 years in March.
Yes, almost 7 years of us practicing the art of us having these hard conversations and like what works, what doesn't work, and like keeping your emotions in check and making sure that you're like, you're checking in and like not just verbalizing and just yelling and having diarrhea of words and vomiting words and just sounds like a word salad. Like you just really are making sure that your partner is there with you. Like I think that if if you guys were to see an argument that we had in 2019, I'll even go back to 2018 because you was wilding then. The end of 2018, the end of 2018. You started talking at the end of 2018.
Yeah, but we had no like we started talking like like 10 days before the year ended.
I know, but anyway, so we'll just say 2019. So 2019 to 2025, like you would say, like okay, there's a progression. Like you know what I mean? There's things that you learn because there's points in your relationship. There's certain conversations you have. There's certain arguments you have. They kind of frame and change the way you look at your partner, and it also frames and change the way that you argue with your partner or you disagree with your partner. It's like, all right, I like Emmanuel says he knows, like, all right, I already know when she says okay in a text message with the O and the actual letter K that Abigail's upset. Like he already knows, right? And he knows how to manage that. But that's through time and experience, right? This impact because a lot of the times like we enter relationships broken and um hurt. So we learn how to argue from a toxic place, right? We learn how to argue and disagree with each other from a unscathed place. And sometimes you bring that baggage into your relationship and you are doing the impact at 70 miles per hour hitting at a wall and don't understand that that's going to be hurtful. But at some point, when you keep hitting that wall at 70 miles per hour, you're going to realize, all right, this is not going to work. If we keep doing this, the wall is going to break and we're just not gonna, and the foundation is just not gonna be there no more. So we're just telling you certain tools and tactics that we've used along the way that has helped us, like being impactful, being more intentful with the conversation, knowing, and I think the biggest thing is knowing the art. Yes, because there's times where Emmanuel and I agree to disagree, like all the time. Like, yes, Benjamin. There's times where it's like, all right, we're not going to be on the same page at every single point. Like, there's times where we just have to nip it and we tuck it in and just like let it go.
I mean,
But there's certain things I feel like you have to have one page on that.
I don't like. I don't know. I guess I'll revisit that at the end. I'll keep that question.
Really?
To the end. Yeah, because I feel like we're getting off topic.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead. Yeah, I'm done. Go ahead, baby.
Yeah, so I mean I do feel like we like again intent. I think that intent is important, right? And I do want us to understand. Hopefully to kind of summarize everything that we said in the past like 20, 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
The idea of intent is for us to understand that whenever you're getting into a conversation, your intent is personal to you. Okay, ultimately, that's the thing I want us to take from this. Your intent is personal to you. And at the end of the day, personal to you has nothing to do with the person on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Your intent is personal to you. Your intent is personal to you in terms of how you feel, what you're feeling, the thoughts in your head, the thoughts in your mind, and eventually drives the way that you deliver a message.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the other side is the impact. The impact now deals with the other person on the other side of the fence, the other side of your mouth, the other side of the words that are coming out of your mouth. The impact is, what did your words do to the person that heard them? What did your words do to the person that is listening? And quite frankly, a lot of us suck at it. A lot of us suck at understanding what impact means. What do I mean by that? You ever dealt with somebody and when they apologize to you, they'd be like, "Oh, I'm sorry that my words made you feel the way that you felt."
Ooh. If you want to get me mad, say that.
What? I'm sorry because you took what I said the way you took it. What?
Baby, that right there.
I'm sorry because you didn't understand the way I said what I was trying to say. So that's why you took it the way. So I'm sorry that's the way you took it. What? Like, and I feel like a lot of people, that's the way we apologize because that's legit how we feel.
Mm-hmm.
We actually feel like, you know what? I said what I had to say. Mm-hmm. It came off well in my head. The way I thought about it came out right. You just took it wrong, and that's your business. Bro. I'm going to tell you straight up, if that's the mindset that you have, if that's the way that you operate, I promise you, dating you is hell.
Say single, because you're going to give us a lot of problems.
Yeah, like talking to you, is hell. It's absolute hell. And I would never encourage someone to be with you. Because that just makes no sense. Yeah. Like, you're not that good of a person. Like, you're not that cool where it's like you're the Queen of England, Meghan Markle, where everybody got to sit here and kiss your feet. No. You're not. And that's why I said a lot of people fail at understanding what it means, what impact means. A lot of us have no sense of empathy when it comes to arguments.
Woo.
A lot of us don't like to care how the person felt.
Go ahead,
You care more, and I know this is going to sound weird, but it comes in all aspects of your life. And I know this is going to be rated R, but I'm going to say it anyway. It's like, for example, when a guy sits here and you're having sex with a girl, and all that cares is that you finished. And you done.
Dang, dude.
And you don't care about, like, but this act consisted of two people. So you don't care?
The people's going to kill you, babes.
I'm being honest. It's like, that's just the way, like, it's the same. When you become, for example, people like that, when you become a boss, or someone's boss, you become the worst boss known to man. Nobody want to work for you. Because all you care about is yourself. Like, I'm not working for you. Like, what? Nah, I'd rather quit. Like, you're disgusting. Your attitude sucks, and your people skills are horrible.
It's kind of manipulative too, to be honest.
No, it is. Like, I feel like a lot of times people refuse to understand that when you are getting into when you are having a discussion, an argument, you have to understand that everything that comes out of your mouth has an impact.
Mm.
Okay? And a lot of times we try to avoid that piece by making it sound like it's always the other person's fault. For example, one of the classic things, especially in the Haitian community, oh, you're too sensitive.
Bro.
Every time I hear somebody say that, I'm just like, bro, there's no way. Like, you can. And the worst part is, and here's the worst part about it, the person that usually says you're too sensitive is more sensitive than you. Like,
Oh.
that blows my mind, because the person that says you're too sensitive, I can never talk to you, or you every time I talk to you it's a problem. That person that says that is usually the person, if you go talk to them,
You can never have a conversation.
hey, hey, what a car. When I tell you, man, it's like when somebody says that, my God, I hate hearing that. You're too sensitive. Like, come on. Really? Like, you what? Like, man, what a car. I just don't get it every
I just
single
want to say, I'm the one that started the whole walk.
I don't care. I really don't care.
just
It's
took
like,
it
it
too
just doesn't
far.
make sense to me, because in the back of my head I'm like, what matters more to you? And that's something that you have to understand every time you get into an argument. What matters more to you?
Mm-hmm.
What is your number one priority here?
Mm-hmm.
Is it to grow as a group or to grow individually?
Mm.
What matters most to you in an argument? Growing as a collective or growing individually? And here's the difference. Growing as a collective versus growing individually, one means you both grow, the other one means only one of you grows.
Mm-hmm.
And if only one of you grows, by default, the other one shrinks.
Yeah.
So what matters more to you when you're having this? And this is why, this to me is a very big red flag in a relationship. Like, you telling me every single time I feel away, the first thing you say, you're too sensitive. Like, why? Why? Like, I'm confused. I'm genuinely confused. Why is that the first thing we love to say? This person is too sensitive. It's never crossed your mind even once that maybe the way you said what you said was horrible?
Yeah.
Like, it never crossed your mind even once to have a little bit of self-reflection and say, you know what? Maybe what I said, the way I said it was wrong.
I think the biggest thing that you just said that is not even highlighted enough is that going into an argument, you need to be self-reflective. As much as you are trying to evoke your emotion and make sure that you are articulating your words properly, you also need to be reflective. Like, also look at yourself while you're having this conversation with someone and constantly check yourself to make sure that you are in the position to even have this conversation with this individual. Because a lot of the times it's like you're saying the reason why you're not receiving things is because of the fact that you think that, oh, this person's too sensitive. Why did this person take it this way? Why did this person take it that way? Instead of saying, how could I say this better? How can I do this better? Like, what are the ways? How did you receive that? Is there something that I said? Is there the tone that I use? Like, you know what I mean? Like, those are the things that you need to, like, ask yourself. Because I'm not going to lie, there are instances where the impact is going to be rough. But if you are self-reflective and be like, okay, this is how the person received it. How? Why? The 5 whys. Like, make sure that you're really understand what that person is saying so that you can understand, like, all right, this is how they received it and this is how I can change that.
Yeah, because I feel like, when you get into these kind of things, right, these kind of back and forth or these kind of arguments or things like that, I do think that, again, it's very much so overlooked that the goal here should be that you guys are growing together as a unit.
Mm-hmm.
It is possible to grow together as a unit while getting your message across,
Yeah.
while getting the person to understand that, hey, what you did hurt me.
Right.
What you did, I didn't like it. there's a way to do that. There's a manner in which you can do that. And like I said, a lot of times the manner and the route that we choose, the way that we choose to address a lot of the situations is emotionally driven. And because it is emotionally driven, we never get the point across. You never get the point across. Because let me tell you guys something that happens. When you have too much emotions, the essence of how you feel can get lost for the person that's listening to you. Because when all you're talking about is emotion, when everything that you're saying is emotionally driven, by that point in time, I'm no longer seeing that. I'm no longer understanding what I did to hurt you. All I'm getting now is that you're hurt. You're hurt. You're hurt. You're hurt. You're hurt. And I'm like, okay, I'm not trying to dismiss the fact that you're hurt. I'm not. But I still don't know why. Like, we're 20 minutes in, and all I've heard is you're yelling and yelling and yelling and yelling and yelling. A lot of words. But I still don't know why you're hurt. Like, I still don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. But I still don't know. And a lot of times, your thoughts can drown in your emotions. I want you to, guys, ask yourself this. If you can't properly articulate how you feel, how can somebody understand how you feel?
But I think I hear what you're saying, but I think that a lot of the times people are basing how they communicate and converse with one another and disagree with one another based off of trauma. So they are only they only known their past, they only known their parents, they only know their siblings to yell at each other or to rip each other's heads off because that's the best way that they were impactful. That's the best way they were able to express themselves.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how they come into the conversation.
No, I agree. I don't disagree, but
it's like
we got to grow somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta have to learn to grow, and like what was is what was.
Yeah. No. I agree. I'm just saying it's just that's like another spectrum, I suppose, another possibility. It's like you've always heard people around you yelling growing up. Like you've always heard people around you having screaming matches. You always heard people around you say things that are below the belt that are hurtful to one another, and they seem to come back from it. So you think it's okay to walk into your relationship that way as well.
No, I mean that's not wrong. I do think that a lot of people, the way you handle arguments, it tends to be based on off of what you've dealt with and seen and heard. Like, I'm not doubting that. I don't disagree with that. All I'm saying, I just feel ultimately when you are in a moment, when you are in a conversation, you have to understand that let's put it this way. You have to understand, I think that your expectations of an argument have to be somewhat realistic. And I feel like a lot of times our expectations are not realistic. For example, you expect to come into this argument blazing, guns blazing, and to walk away from it and feel like everything will just be better.
Yeah.
And I think that's wrong.
That's not realistic.
And I feel like a lot of times, a lot of arguments, and I feel like why a lot of couples eventually suffer is because long term, one person was always the one that just became the one that just sucked everything up just for the sake of the argument progressing. If they didn't, then nothing ever moved forward. And by the time that that person realizes what's going on, they're like, I'm done. I'm already done and over it. And it's like you lost a person before you, like, way before you even knew. And I feel like that, in my opinion, happens a lot. Like, you have to understand, if I'm going into an argument and I'm going emotionally driven, don't expect to walk out of it with a positive resolution. Hey, if it happens, great. If it happens, great. But can that be my expectation? I think that's wrong. Because, again, I have to sit here, I have to decipher how you feel, I have to try and understand how you feel, I have to think about how you feel and everything like that. But is it realistic? Yeah. I don't think so. So, no, I definitely agree that trauma definitely plays a role in the way that people argue, the way that people go back and forth. But I do think, ultimately, at the end of the day, whether it is trauma based, whether it is because of certain things, I feel like you have to be realistic with your expectations at that point. Like, what can I expect from someone if all I'm doing is yelling at them? Like, if all you're doing is coming into an argument and yelling and shouting and screaming and all this stuff, what exactly are you expecting at that point? What can you expect at that point?
I think another indicator that you realize that the argument is not effective is when you realize that you guys keep having the same argument.
Yeah.
Because the way you guys kept going into it is like wrong. So you keep going to the same argument over and over and over and over again. And you realize, hey, we're hitting the same wall. We're not getting any kind of resolution. Like, I think that honestly plays a role. Like, and then that's where you have to like step back and look at yourself and be like, hey, the way I'm going about this, the way I'm maneuvering this is not going to get me exactly where I need to be in this relationship.
Yeah.
I gotta adjust myself. Like, you know what I mean? I had to learn how to adjust myself by not throwing jabs. And I think the biggest thing for Emmanuel, because you guys heard him say over and over again, like, he's very keen on words. And I was a person that always used superlatives. Like, I would be like, but you always do this and you always do that. I had to learn, like, you know, I'm still learning, but I had to learn, like, all right, don't use those things, because in his mind, he all like, I'm upset in this moment, so I'm just saying you always, or you like you every time, or all these things. Like, I'm using all these superlatives, so in his mind is like, all right, so you're negating the times that I've tried, or you're negating the times that I've that that I've done things to better the situation. So I had to learn, like, all right, I I'm going to gauge the phrase and the words that I say so he could be able to receive what I'm saying well. Like, I would say, like, in this very moment, in this very time, I felt this way, because I don't want him to think that like all his efforts and things have been thrown in the trash because of this one time. Because he would tell me like, hey babe, I feel like you've never, like, every time I do good, you never tell me that I do good, but when I do bad, you be the first one to point it out. So I had to make sure that, like, I wasn't combining them together, if that makes sense to everyone.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that, you know, impact, like I said, it's a learning curve.
Mm-hmm.
You learn your partner, you learn what you can and can't say, because impact, honestly, guys, is more important than intent.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm gonna take that back.
I think it's
rephrase.
equal.
No, let me take this back. Impact has greater repercussions than intent.
Okay.
That's what I meant. Impact has greater repercussions than intent. What do I mean by that? The impact of what you do will far surpass, will have much greater long-term effect than whatever it is that you thought you were trying to do in your mind. Because whatever your mind thought that you're trying to do is just there in your mind. Whether it was good or not, I'm not saying it was good. I'm not saying that. That's not the point. What I'm saying is, though, it's in your head. Whatever's in your head is not what manifested in reality. What manifested in reality is the impact that the person got from your words. Now, I do want to take a moment and say this, though. I'm not using this as a means to say that, you know, when it comes to impact, that you have to always be telling the person, oh, it's always a matter of what you say, how you say, what you say, how you say it. I understand, but at one point, there also has to be a level of grace and understanding. Like, I can't expect someone that's really hurt to always be able to manage their feelings and emotions. I think that's wrong. Like, no, if someone is really hurt, there can be a level of hurt that somebody has, and you have to understand that. Like, that's okay. That's A-okay. But at the same time, don't use it. I don't think neither side should use and abuse. Right? Like, both sides. Neither side should abuse the other.
Don't overpower it.
Yeah, don't sit here and use it as a defense mechanism, or as a
This is how I am.
Yeah, don't do
Ugh.
that. Don't do that.
You gotta
But-
accept me for who I am.
Yeah, that's
Child,
nonsense, bro.
Go sit down.
I always tell people the only two people that have to accept you for who you are, you call them mommy and daddy. That's it. After that, well,
Maybe God.
maybe not daddy. You call him dad, but don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't start something that you can't finish.
Okay. All right.
You started like that, and then after podcast, and then you go, well, at that meeting, forget it. After the meeting, you'll be knocked out.
Yeah.
But
I have
yeah,
an early morning.
yeah. Don't start something you can't finish though.
I was joking, baby.
So
It was like I was here and
No,
y'all lost me.
no, Benjamin was actually following for the first time in God knows how long. So
Answer Benjamin's question before he leaves.
no, I'm gonna get to Benjamin's question at the end. But yeah. So I do think ultimately, impact is important. Like I said, impact has much long lasting repercussions than your intent. And at the moment that you accept that, the moment that you realize that, it will change the way that you argue. It will change the way that you go into a conversation. Because if you care about your bond, if you care about your relationship, if you care about the person that you're arguing with, then you'll also understand that the thing that matters to you most is making sure that you keep that bond tight, and if anything, even tighter. And you'll know that keeping it tighter means that you have to understand that the person's reality is what should matter to you. The way that they take it, the way that they accept it, the way that they see it. That's what should matter to you more. Why? If both parties see it that way, then it becomes a much more fruitful relationship. Both parties care more about the other's feelings now. If I care more about Abby's feelings than my own, Abby cares more about my feelings than hers. Look at that. We're both caring more about each other.
And both feelings will get met.
Both feelings will be heard. Both feelings will be heard, because now I'm telling Abby, listen, I want to know what hurt you. Why did it hurt you? I want to know what I can do better. Abby, on the other hand, is telling me, I want to know, what did I do? What went wrong? We're both now catering to the other. And because we're both doing that simultaneously, we grow together. Mm-hmm. But if one person, all they care about is, I just want you to understand how I feel, your intent is off, number one, which is going to drive the impact much further than it should, number two. The other person on the receiving end is not going to be given any space to rebuttal, to say anything. Anything that the person says when they're rebuttaling, the first thing you're going to tell the person is you're justifying yourself. The first thing you're going to tell the person is that you don't want to hear me out. You don't want to put this shoe on the other foot. You don't want to try to understand where I'm coming from. But it's not the fact that the person is rebuttaling. It's more so, sometimes it can be rebuttal, don't get me wrong. But sometimes the person just wants to, like, I'm hearing you. But just understand that, there's two sides to this. Mm-hmm. Guys, there's nothing wrong with it. I feel like we should never forget. And again, we're still talking about impact here. You should never forget that in every conversation, everything that you say, there is two sides of it. There is the delivery and there's the receiving. The person, you have to understand everything that you say, the person is going to receive it. The question is how. And it should matter to you. That should matter to you. It should matter to you. How is this person receiving what I'm saying? Because doesn't it make more sense to you? Don't you think it will be more fruitful if you learn to express your feelings in a way that the person will receive it exactly the way that you meant it? Wouldn't that be great? And then arguments never have to be like forever, forever, forever. You can just like you say it, you're done, you're good, you're done. Like, wouldn't that be great? Like, don't you feel like that would make more sense at the end of the day? Because I feel like a lot of times we don't care. You're hurt, so what? Oh, I'm sorry that hurt you. Maybe you should grow up. Well, the fact that you said that just proves that you're not too grown yourself, though. Like, come on. I'm so confused. Impact is important, guys. Yeah. And I feel like a lot of times we fail to understand.
You can't be petty too, babe.
Huh?
Impact.
What about him?
You can't be petty.
I don't get it.
Trying to you're being petty to get your point across. like doing petty things to get your point across, you can't do that too. Just saying, baby.
Does this mean that you'll understand me more when I'm talking to you? I'm just asking. Is that what we're getting at?
No, baby.
No. So we can continue to be petty.
No, because my husband is Mr. Petty Pants,
No,
like
you don't be
Petty
understanding me.
King, bro. He's gonna get you. He gonna find you, like.
I feel like that's one way when you can really tell, like, I don't care, but like I'm really upset. Like I won't even try and be petty about it.
Uh,
If I get to that point, yeah, like I'm really pissed. Like
hmm,
I'm not. You're not. Yeah, it's over. I'm not
yeah.
even thinking about it anymore. But yeah, if
He
like,
just took it dark. He took it so dark.
I mean, you said it, which made me think about it. You started it. I ain't started.
I guess I haven't took you to that place because I feel like you're always petty. Like I always feel like you're petty.
Good. I'm glad that you feel that way. That means that I don't show it when I'm upset.
Oh, okay.
That's good that you said
Interesting.
that. I'm glad.
No, then that's bad. Then I don't even really realize how upset you are. Anyway, scroll up so you can see the questions.
Scroll up for me since you're closer to the thing.
Am I closer?
You always want it next to you. Yeah, but your hands are a better place for other activities. Anyway, keep going up. Let's go back. So Benjamin's question is: agree to disagree okay? Listen, me personally, and a lot of people. I know this may not sound ideal. I do think that agree to disagree is a bit dangerous. Um, I do think it can be a bit dangerous depending on the topic. I do think depending on the topic, I don't think that if it's seriously deep that you guys should agree to disagree. I feel like you guys need to come to common ground. If it's not that deep, like who
Like
cares?
a topic that Emmanuel and I agree or disagree with, but it doesn't really portray to us, is that Emmanuel feels like the man should take financial responsibility of his household. But I feel like if the woman is better, then she can go ahead and go do that.
Oh, I never said that.
Babe,
Don't baby.
babe.
Babe, don't baby. No, no, no. I've told you this. I've always said, whoever feels like they better at something, you do it. Because otherwise, as far as I'm concerned,
You be looking less. You think of men less as less as a man if they don't take care of their responsibilities.
of course, if you don't take care of, I would say the same thing for a woman. If you're a woman, you don't take care of your responsibilities. There's something wrong. Something wrong.
So, yeah. Anyway, so that's a topic that we agree to
But
disagree with,
no,
but it doesn't really affect us.
no. But I feel like I'm confused. Like if you are a man and you cannot take care of your roles as a man, am I going to look at you as less of a man? Yes, I am.
And
100%.
what of those roles are like taking responsibility of
Being able to lead a household.
yeah,
That's it.
like budgeting and
No. Like, for example, if you lead in a company, you know your strengths, you know your weaknesses. Delegate accordingly.
yeah.
If you know, for example, you leading a household and you know financially, if you trying to take the reins financially, you know you're driving your family straight through the ground. Then make sure that you're able to tell your woman. Now, this is what I did say though. I will say this. I will say that I think there's question marks if you are a man and you cannot handle money properly. I think that's bad. Now, is that to say
I
that
disagree.
No,
but
I do think that's bad. I do think that as a man, if you cannot handle money, because I do think let's be for real, who tends to be more impulsive spenders? Think about that. Now imagine if women tend to be, it's like, for example, if you go to sit here and tell me, would you as a woman, you being you, be able to date someone that you feel is as emotional or more emotional than you?
no, because at that point you are a.
That
Anyway,
don't say that.
next question.
But no, what I'm saying is the same way you say that, the same way you say that is the same way. For example, imagine now a woman being a more impulsive spender. You're with a man that is just as impulsive, if not more impulsive.
Some women are not. I don't like the fact that there's no. Don't put a generalization on it because there's some women that are not impulsive spenders.
But I never said not every woman is.
Okay.
I said for the most part, who tends to be the more impulsive spender? The man or the woman? Who tends to be?
Don't- mm.
The woman tends to be the more impulsive. We can agree to that. The woman tends to be a bit more impulsive than the man when it comes to spending.
I
I'm
don't
saying,
know.
as a man, I do think it's weird because, listen, the reason here's why I think it's weird.
Listen, it works in some households, right?
I'm not gonna, babe. You have to understand me. I'm not saying it doesn't work, and this is what I'm trying to say. And this is what I'm trying to say is it wrong for a woman to be better than you financially in handling money? No, but I do think you at least should be able to know how to do it. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
If a woman is better than it at you, fine.
Hmm.
But don't tell me that you cannot do it at all. Like that. What? That to me is scary. Like if you
But
tell
what
him,
if he? This may sound weird.
if you say something and I'm gonna tell you straight up, then he probably just not a man. But go ahead.
What if he's like she doesn't cook well, but
Okay.
he's a great cook,
Okay.
and he's the one that does all the cooking and all that stuff like that, and she takes care of the bills, and that's how they run their house.
But you're not understanding me though. I'm not.
I understand you.
I'm not against that.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, for example, at the bare minimum, as a man, you should know how to handle money. You should know. For example, you should have an idea of, okay, I don't get a paycheck and I just go, for example, to the bar and blow it all in one night.
Yeah.
Like I feel like you should have some level of financial maturity to understand that this is a paycheck. I'm not seeing a next paycheck till the average human. I'm not seeing the next paycheck till 2 weeks from now. You're telling me you don't understand the concept of making sure that, you know what, I'm not going to force my life to live paycheck to paycheck.
En tout cas, next
That
question.
to me is weird. So
See, that's an instance of when Emmanuel and I agree to disagree. Just some men are just not good at that, and
but
that's okay.
I'm sorry. I don't think that as a man that makes sense.
Okay, baby.
I feel like you should be able to know how to handle some money. Now, again, if the woman handles it better than you, that's fine. But not being able to do it at all? Like, hold on. So what are you doing when you living by yourself?
They wasn't living by themselves. They was living with their parents.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you this question then. You find a man that's living with his parents, and you realize, for example, that every time he's very impulsively spending, he's not thinking about his future. Are you married to him?
I would take some time to figure out how we could
That's
fix
not what I
that.
asked you. I asked you a very simple question. Are you marrying him? Yes or no? Next question. Scroll down. Thank you very much.
How long should it take to bring something up? Not asked.
How long should it take to bring something up? Wait, I can't even answer. Can you?
How long should it take to bring something up? So I'm guessing in an argument, like how long?
Okay. I I would say. What are you doing? What are you doing? Can we go one by one? We're not gonna lose them. You lose the ones at the top.
Okay, go ahead.
So, me personally, how long would I say to take to before I bring something
That's
up?
a good question for Pastor Emmanuel. How long, baby?
You got something you want to say?
Nothing. I don't say anything. I'm okay.
Anyway, um, honestly, I would say obviously you don't take forever, but I would say at least you wait until you're at a point that you can talk about it like a civilized human being. Um, but I do feel like there comes a point if you wait too long, the by the time you get to that conversation, it can end up being much worse. I would also say if you wait too long, I don't. It may potentially not be as productive.
Mm.
So, I mean,
For the people like me that say that I want to wait to gather more evidence.
you don't. Well, that depends for you, because sometimes it's just a matter of sometimes you just want to. Sometimes you like to talk about things right then and there, and then other times you don't. But
Hmm.
those are not evenly distributed.
Okay.
But I do think waiting a decent amount of time is not crazy. I feel like you can end up waiting. it's okay for you to wait, a day or two. Hopefully you calm down by then. I hope you calm down by then. If you don't, then I'm not gonna say that's bad, but I'm gonna say, well, whatever it is, it's clearly bothering you a lot. It really is. If you're at that point where you feel like you can't talk about it after a day or two. But I mean, hey, after a couple of days, at best, I would say, yeah, you should definitely talk about it and let it out, whatever it is. If you don't feel like it's worth letting out, I mean, I think that's a whole different conversation. Understanding what it when we like to tell ourselves, I don't think it's worth talking about it. Like I feel like it's a whole different conversation
I was
because
gonna ask you that, but that's like a whole different topic.
you know
Like,
that's a,
when do you pick and choose your battles?
like yeah. I feel like that's completely. I feel like that's a bit that's a bit deeper, mainly because I feel like it's very hard to. I feel like we don't properly understand the difference between let's not talk about it versus or I feel like a lot of times we run from conversations that way when we tell ourselves that it's not worth talking about. But I do, and this is something I tell Abby all the time. I do feel like when you are married, you do have to understand that what may not be worth it to you is actually worth it for your relationship. Because I tell people all the time, a lot of times big things didn't start big. You let them get big because you kept either sweeping it under the rug or not talking about it or say it's not worth it, blah blah
But
blah.
what if it's like one instance, like you do something one time, and I was upset, but I didn't really want to get into an argument with you, so I let it be.
Like I said, I feel like that's on a case by case scenario because yeah, it could happen once, but what if it manifests itself differently in the future? Like
Okay.
it may not be that same exact thing that happens, but what if like it does happen, the way it happens now differs.
It sounds so weird coming from you because you are not the type of person that brings up anything.
And I'm also going to accept the fact that not everyone in the world is like me.
Okay.
I'm a okay. I've always been the type to keep and internalize things and just been just fine and just cry it out and do whatever I got to do and move on. But I accept that not everyone is like me.
Okay.
And I also will
That's a
accept
fair.
that being how I am is not always ideal either.
It's not a good thing.
So, but
No
I'm not,
shade.
huh?
No shade. I love you, but it's not. It's not the greatest thing.
But I personally, I do feel like everyone's different, and I'll never encourage someone to be like me
Yeah.
because I feel like what made me the way I am, I'll never want people to go through that.
Yeah.
Like my wife's sitting here. I don't tell her everything that's made me the way I am today because I feel like it's dark times. It's things that I don't like to revisit, things that I don't want to revisit. Um, I try my best to eliminate those from my brain, from my memory, and because I don't like to think about them, I don't like to remember them. But yeah, I would never want people to be the way I am because I know what brought me here, and it's scary. So, like, I would do everything in my power to make sure my kids are not like me because I know.
Sheesh.
I'm serious. I know exactly what got me here, and I don't want anyone to deal with what got me here. Like that,
Yeah, but that's what made you who you
yeah, and that's what makes you throwing shots about me on YouTube. So it's like clearly it's that.
are. Shots is crazy. All
I'm
right,
just saying.
next question. Here.
Keep going on. Keep going on. Can you control the how?
Abby says you both will have Birkins. No, I think that was the conversation when I said it.
Can you control the how? I need more context on that question. Like
Yeah.
how what?
Facts. This is the most active we've seen Benjamin in the chat, but we'll accept it because this conversation is appropriate for him to say listening to.
Yeah, I don't know what the how is. He says, "Can you control the how? How what?" I'm sorry, I don't.
I feel like we were saying something, and then that's when he said the how. But I just,
Yes, that much I do know.
but it's just,
Yes, I agree. That's
babe.
something we said made him say that. I don't
No,
I don't take Ben to be retarded. So but I just don't know what the how is that he's referring to.
I don't even know.
But if he
He
answers,
said he just said good job.
if he speaks about it, fine. But if he doesn't, we'll leave it alone.
Yeah.
But I don't think we had any other questions
I
outside
feel
of
like
that
I saw
anyway.
somebody text you on your Google number.
Are you like stalking me? Like I'm so
Oh,
confused. Oh yeah, we did get a couple of texts on Google. Well, just one.
okay. See, I know. I be looking at my man's Apple Watch, just checking on him, making sure nobody's texting him.
Yeah, you check your phone like every 5 seconds. That makes no sense.
Guys,
Oh,
I'm all excited. I'm excited
hey, wait, what's this saying?
about stop with it. There's no. I'm not even doing any voice.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I do think that when it comes to talking about the controlling the how, I feel like when it comes down to intent, it is hard to control, and that's why certain people like us, certain people, it's better that you don't address a conversation at the moment that happened, and I think that's more prevalent for men than women. Mainly because I feel like women will be the first ones to tell you that we don't like your tone, we don't like the way you said this, we don't like bunch of nonsense. Um, but I do feel like
Not you saying nonsense, babe.
because
It's not.
because when you guys want to come and yell at us, we gotta hear it. When you guys want to scream at us, we gotta
Your
hear it.
voice is deeper. It just sounds different. It sounds more
Exactly.
like it's just. It
All of
sounds scarier.
yeah, all of that is the nonsense I was talking about. So I do feel like I do feel like I do feel like we have to understand that as men especially, I would never encourage that you take a conversation at the time that you're feeling the way you feel. Primarily because of exactly what my wife just said. Like that's the reception that you're gonna get back. And at that point, I feel like as men, when you hear that especially at a time when you're already upset, if anything, that just makes you so much more upset, and it makes you just want to shut down, not open up again, and just leave it and just never revisit this topic. Um, so I do feel like as men, it is important to just calm to trying to calm yourself down, whatever that looks like. However it helps you calm down. That's why, for example, that's why I play one of the things I soccer does for me. Soccer is my therapy. Like soccer is my place where I can let out everything I feel, or just not think about anything and just pretend like I have nothing in the world. And after I play soccer, a lot of times I feel better. You know,
Facts. Me
every,
too.
every time you have to, whatever helps you. But I
Yeah,
do
like when I
think
used to
that,
walk in the mornings, like I feel like that helped me.
yeah, I do think that as men, that's one thing you have to understand. I think the best way to control the how is, like I said, just wait till you're ready to talk about something. If you're not ready to talk about it, I promise you, just don't talk about it.
Leave it alone.
It's much easier. It's much better. Hopefully that understands the question. I'm just gonna answer this last one, and
And
then
then
I'll
we're
call it.
done.
Then I'll call it a day. Um, so what's the difference between needing to grow up versus meeting in the middle?
Wait, what? Needing to grow up or just meeting in the middle?
So what's the difference between either you having to grow up versus your partner having to grow up, or the two of you having to come to
Like
meet in the
compromise.
middle?
Like when do you compromise?
Sort of, kind of, yeah. Basically,
I'm gonna let you answer that question.
no, you could take it. I think I took the last one.
No, I think this is your topic, babes.
No, you got it, bro.
I,
I'll take. You can go. I took this one first, so.
I really don't have an answer. That's why I'm just like I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you go. I'm sorry, baby.
I feel like so. Again, the question basically what is the one is at a time. What is the difference between you having to do the growing up, your partner having to do growing up, or you having to compromise? Um, I don't think there's any difference between them, and I'm gonna explain why. When you look at a relationship as a team, you understand that you are only as strong as your weakest link, right? When you are in a relationship with somebody, I do think that it's important for you to understand that the only way to better your relationship is for the two of you to grow. Both of you have to grow. Neither of you are perfect. Neither of you can sit here and say that you have points on over the next, that you're better than the next or anything like that. You know that growing up, part of growing up can also be helping somebody else grow. Like that can be you growing up as well, right? For example, they tell you all the time, a parent can grow because of their kid. Their kid is helping their parent grow. It forces you to see different sides of you. It forces you to see different aspects of you. Does that mean that the kid is wiser than you, better than you? No. But ultimately, everyone can learn from someone. If your mindset is always a matter of when is it me growing up versus you growing up,
You already lost the battle.
yeah, you lost. I think your battle's done. I think at that point it's over for you.
It can't be a me versus you thing.
Yeah, like
I feel like every conversation there's always a meeting in the middle. Like I
yeah,
think that every argument there's always a level of compromise from every person
yeah.
that's in the argument.
Because even if your feelings, let's say, even if you're the one that brought up your feelings, don't automatically dismiss the fact that there can be some reason that the person acted or did what they did. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that's a means to justify. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying as someone, and this is what we said, right? When you understand that impact has more repercussions than your intent, then you come to understand that, you know what, at the end of every argument, I still want us to both be able to grow. I want to care about your feelings and you care about mine. I still want to know how you feel, even though I'm the one that came forward with this conversation. When you always care about that, you'll always realize that it's in your best benefit for the two of you to grow together.
Right.
Not for one of you to say that, oh, I'm right and the other is wrong. Like, who cares? Honestly, who cares? Like, okay, you're right.
Then what?
Like,
Yeah.
honestly, what happens? Like, okay, you're right. You get a cookie? I don't see the point. And does it make you feel better if you're right at the expense of your partner's feelings?
And they walk away like sad and like is it at that point like does it even make any sense?
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. There's some very manipulative people out there that's going to always try to make it seem like no matter what, that they are always like, even if you express how you feel, they're going to try and find a way to turn it so that it becomes about them. Someone like that, like I said, does not care about your relationship. They care about them. And that's why I said the best thing that matters is when both of you understand that impact has a longer lasting effect on your relationship. When you guys can both come to that understanding, I promise you, you'll start to realize that it's not a matter of you. It's not a matter of me. It's a matter of what can we do to make us better? How can we get better? You know, how can we improve? You don't, so for example, when you're watching sports, right? Just because a team is at the top doesn't mean they can't get better. Right? Teams are always looking, how can we improve? A good team is not waiting for everyone else to catch up and then seeing how they can improve. No, a good team is saying, how can we always stay ahead?
Yeah, always visualizing their own weaknesses.
Yeah.
Like, make them the strongest.
How do you do that? So ultimately, I won't say that when it comes to a marriage or relationship, a friendship different, all right? But when it comes to a marriage or a relationship, two people together as more than just friends, then the answer should not be a matter of you, me. No. How do we grow?
Yeah.
How do we get better?
And how can we get on the same page?
Yeah. So ultimately, there's always a level of compromise. Because let me tell you something. It's not far-fetched for you to feel a way, but the way you feel it just is really outlandish. That's possible. Like, it is very much so possible where your feelings as much as yes, you feel the way you feel, but there are times you can really sit back and look back and you're like, you know what? Yo, I'm really crazy for what I feel right now, man. Like that's insane.
Mm-hmm.
Like you should be able to have those kind of reflections at times. You know, so I don't want. So no, definitely understand that both people. It takes two to tango. So it's not just a matter of I, me, no. It should always be the two of you. So that's my 2 cents on that. I don't think there are any more questions. But with that, we're going to say that's the end.
This is the end.
This is the end of
Whoop,
BCS
whoop,
for the
whoop,
year.
whoop, 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 whoop.
This is it. This is it. There's no more
You
after
never hype
this.
me up.
Huh?
So you never hype me up.
Oh, I thought you were hyping up BCS. I'm sorry.
I wanted you to hype me up so I can hype them up. Sometimes it doesn't work that way.
I apologize. Next time. But yeah, this is it, guys. This is the end. It's been interesting year, a very interesting journey to see how far we've come. Like we say all the time, we didn't envision BCS being like this.
I listen to podcasts. The day I log in, y'all finish early. Because we got things to do, Benjamin.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't feel like we've been that. I feel like we've been finishing earlier and earlier for the past like maybe 3 weeks.
Only because of the fact that like people are in school, so it's like, you know, it's different when it's like the summertime and stuff like that, and like we could get to like.
Yeah, and I feel like when there's less engagement, there's less reasons to drag it along.
Yeah, facts.
It's like at this point, I'm just like, okay, I could have just pre-recorded it and just give you guys a pre-recorded video and put it on YouTube. I'm being serious. Okay, but no, I'm just saying, I do feel like we've been ending earlier.
We've been
yeah, like I feel like I don't feel like we've ended at 10.
People's been complaining. So
yeah, I feel like we've definitely ended a lot earlier recently. Yeah. But no, it's been great, guys. We've definitely enjoyed the journey, seeing the way that BCS has changed. I cannot give you guys too much insight into what's in store for next year.
But we are excited.
There's a lot of excitement. There's a lot of things going on. I'm confused.
Benjamin has nothing to do. And
Rebecca.
We are his entertainment. He needs to go.
I don't know which Rebecca he's talking about, but I'm assuming the taller one.
Why Rebecca? Rebecca L?
Yeah, I'm assuming. Well, Rebecca C never comments. I don't even think she watches most of the time.
All right. But now Athara's saying what's up.
So, no, I think I'm assuming it's big. It's the tall Becca because she will comment more. The little one, remember, finds us boring. Remember that.
The little one says that we're boring.
The little Rebecca says we're boring, but yet she wants. It makes me understand why she wants to be in so much in content because she thinks we're boring. It makes sense
because she wants to make us more attracted to her for her to listen. Okay, that makes sense. I get that.
You see that?
I see the vision.
Yeah, that's exactly so.
This girl got me working, all right, for next year.
Yeah,
she got me working.
But there is a lot in store next year, guys. We do have a lot in store. I think next year is our official first year, mainly because, like I said, I think with BCS next year, we're actually going into it with the mindset of, okay, this is a podcast, and we're going to turn it into a legit podcast. It's starting next year, it will be a legit podcast. There's a lot in store. Scheduling wise, I just want to let you guys know that we have BCS Live December 20th. That is our next BCS and our last one for the year. After that, we will be away for about 2 months. We'll be away for about 2 months. So I think the earliest return date that we can potentially have is February 17th of 2026. February 17th, 2026 is our earliest return, a possible return date.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's going to be for a while. Don't get us wrong. There'll still be activity. We'll be replaying some older episodes, the infamous episode 15 that everybody loves so much. You know, we'll still be posting on social medias. All of that will be there.
Also, make sure, like Benjamin said, follow us on our socials. Follow us on our other page because after December 20th, we will not be here anymore.
Yeah, so this
is going to be strictly Emmanuel's page.
This BCS is the last BCS on this page. this page will no longer have any more BCS episodes on it. So if you have not already, please be sure to follow all the new socials that you see on the screen, because BCS is its own beast starting December 20th. It's going to be its own animal, its own monster, everything. Speaking of December 20th, since Sathar was asking for a cue, this is your cue, ma'am. Speaking of December 20th, we will be obviously having a live discussion there, but it's going to be a lot more interactive, because obviously it's not going to be the same setting as this, where it's us here and you guys on a camera and whichever. No.
I'm
So
nervous,
it's
y'all.
definitely
I'm so
going to be
nervous.
it's definitely going to be much more interactive. So that said, the topic that we're going to be talking about, for at least that day, the biggest topic, the biggest bit, or at least our conversation. There's going to be multiple segments, obviously in BCS Live, but the segment that we'll talk about to kind of keep it fun, interactive, is people's biggest non-negotiables in a relationship. What is your biggest non-negotiables?
You gotta be told.
We're going to talk about them. Write them down. If you go to say that a non-negotiable is, you got to have at least a C cup, write it down.
Babe,
You got to at least have a six-pack, write it down. I don't care.
Babe, we're not doing that.
No.
I
said it time and time again. Everything is on the table. I don't
gotta
care.
have a certain size of a booty.
If that's what you consider non-negotiable, write it down, and we're going to spend
You need to put your
time
non-negotiables too,
talking down.
because I wasn't a part of that.
No, we're going to spend our time talking about everything. Everyone's non-negotiable. We're going to make fun of them. We're going to joke about them. We're going to laugh about them. We're going to say this. Obviously, completely anonymous. So with that said, I want everybody to post at least one. If you go right now, Athara, if you go right now on our Instagram page, on our story, you'll find a place to start posting your non-negotiables. So please, everyone, post at least one to keep the conversation flowing. If you have more, definitely, but at least one. Everybody,
like double D's.
do whatever you got to do. If you like
when I see him in the sweatpants, I gotta see something.
If that's your non-negotiables, then that's your non-negotiables. If your non-negotiables is that she loves school buses, then hey, that's your non-negotiables.
Yeah,
Whatever.
As long as she loves school buses, then
whatever,
that's your girl.
Whatever your non-negotiable is, make it out, put it out there, and put it in. Like I said, you can send it.
Said she gotta read Song of Solomon at least once before they get married. That's his non-negotiable.
So make sure again,
he put that
the story is up. It's up. The story is up on IG. So please go into IG, post your non-negotiable on IG. It's right. It's up now on the story. Make sure you post. If you don't have IG, then definitely send a text 347-948-4650. Send in your non-negotiable. Send your non-negotiable. Whatever you feel your non-negotiable is.
Lord, may the Lord
okay?
Bless you.
Please put it in. Do whatever you got to do. Yeah, I'm not going to say.
You know, a lot of these girls nowadays say that they man got to have a booty. So that's a non-negotiable too.
Whatever your non-negotiable
that's what
is,
they
guys,
say, babe.
We're going to have fun.
Gotta have a booty.
Make it fun. Make it funny. We're having fun here. It's going to be all
it's
fun.
All jokes and
everything is just to make sure that, we can do that. We definitely going to play Pop the Balloon. So make sure you have your best outfit on. If you hear we're having balloons, if you hear it, pop, pop. I mean, hey, I'm sorry. It's going to be Pop the Balloon.
I will say come at your, yes, we're wearing the hoodies and the crew necks, but
BCS merch is required.
Yes. Well, I won't say required, but
it's required.
It's
required.
Encouraged.
Required. If you don't have BCS merch, you're getting turned away at the door.
Best way to make sure your outfit is fly, like, you know what I mean. Like I just bought this skirt. I'm about to wear it with my little crew neck. You know what I mean. I might put some heels on so I can show my man that I can wear heels. You know what I mean. It's about to be his birthday, so Benjamin. But so I'm just being funny, babe. Come on, laugh at me. But yeah, like make sure you come in your own unique way. of putting on the merch. Like, you know what I mean? Be creative and, make sure that you guys are like, being creative with your outfits and your merch and all the stuff like that. Because we're going to be taking pictures. We're going to have people recording.
It's on
actually
YouTube,
it's
guys.
gonna be
You're
on
on YouTube, so
So-
remember that. Keep
And
that.
you
Make
never
sure
know, you
that
could
you're
meet
looking
your
good.
man there. So, come in your best looking way. Like, make sure your hair is tight, your edges is laid. Like, make sure your hair.
Edges is laid. Scratch that part.
Your edges should be puffy. It should be smoothed down, like sleek down. It doesn't have to be like the little squiggly things. It's just sleek down.
Scratch that part.
Don't listen to him.
Scratch that part.
No, make sure it's like
Scratch that part.
sleek, a little sleek.
Scratch that part.
You know
Anyway,
what I mean?
next.
I wouldn't say your Sunday's best. Like, I feel like your Sunday's best is a little, make sure you just come in looking cute, looking fly. Make sure you come in, because you never know who's looking. You never know whose man is there. You know what I mean? He might be
You
the
never
next,
know whose man is there. You taking someone else's man?
possibly. If he was
All right,
willing-
guys. I think that's it. Now we're going wild.
Kati?
What?
She said COO.
No, you talking
You-
about taking someone else's man is crazy. Why?
never know.
No.
You never know.
No.
If he
no.
was to be taken, then he was to be taken, especially if they're not married. It's all up for grabs, baby. It's all up for grabs. What did they say? You're not.
Okay.
You're
Remember you said that. Just remember.
You're
Remember you said that. Remember you said that.
not
That's all I'm
smelling
saying.
good. Exactly. Make sure you guys put your deodorant on. Make sure you never know. You never know who is coming and who is watching. So make sure you guys come in and
Oh my God.
with your best outfit on, your hair looking fly, put a little eye, put a little concealer under your eye. Make sure you don't look too tired. If you have a little foundation, put some foundation on. You know what I mean? Make sure you out here looking cute, because you never know. Because the guys are coming and the ladies are coming and the men are coming too. All right? And he don't even like his girl. He might go home with you. So, yeah.
I just want to say I'm not endorsing half the things she's saying right now. Like right now she's saying things that are out of pocket that makes absolutely no sense to me.
Leave the wigs out. He bought some. Yeah. I can't have two. Leave the wigs at home. Nah, Benjamin. Some girls, some girls. All right, let me stop. Benjamin talking about leave the wigs at home. Listen. Or put that ponytail in. That ponytail in, right, Benjamin? Put that ponytail on. Babe, why you not laughing with me? Because you don't agree?
No, this is you right now. You're losing me badly.
All right. Can you read this for me? Maybe that's his non-negotiable. His non-negotiable is that you gotta have hair. That's Benjamin's non-negotiable. Here we go. You know what I mean? That's Benjamin's non-negotiable. That's his. What's yours? You know what I mean? Some men like the weave. Some men like women natural. Like, you gotta put that in a non-negotiable. So, yeah, the sweatpants is coming. Maybe soon. Maybe not. We'll see. All right, babe. I don't like the fact that you're so quiet. I'm being funny.
This segment losing me.
Okay, the whole taking a man thing.
This whole segment losing me.
All right.
This is all losing me.
BCS hair growth serum.
We don't have hair growth serum, but we do have massage oil. We have massage
Ooh.
oil. BCS massage oil.
Oh, I like that, baby. Can I try it? Can I be your prototype?
Katsu is a prototype, bro. I keep telling you that. You guys don't listen. Katsu is a prototype. It worked out well. She got it.
Babe, you took it too far.
She got it on the boat, and then after that, I promise. Now she take it like now she could take it. I understand, but now she could take it. I told you she was a prototype, bro. I keep telling you that. You guys don't listen. I keep telling you that. But we don't have hair serum, but we do
Nah,
have BCS.
I want to be the prototype.
It's too late. I told you,
No,
Kashi was a
like
prototype.
you can use it and you can try it on me. See if it works. See what you gonna get out of it.
I already saw what someone could get out of it. I've seen it already. I told you, Kashi was a prototype.
No, but try it on me. You try it on me. You don't want to try it on me? Right.
I mean, I've tried other things on you. Other oils, I should say. And sauces.
You have not tried oils on me.
Yes,
what
I have.
is wrong with you?
Sauce? Well, it was sauces, actually.
Yeah, not oils.
My bad.
I tried oils on you, though.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Benjamin talking about he wanted us to stay, and now he complaining. Like, bro, make up your mind. Make up your mind.
You see, this is exactly... You see, this is exactly what we're talking about. Like, we have a full-blown conversation. No one comment. No one say anything. You start talking a little bit about some nasty stuff, everybody come out the woodworks. Right, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's how it is.
That's crazy.
That's how it is. They love it when you know, put your hair in a ponytail and get to business. They love that part.
But nonetheless, guys, again, we definitely... It's been great. It's been a great journey. Watching BCS's evolution over time. I still remember our very first setup to this setup now. Mm-hmm. And we have a new setup coming up next year. Mm-hmm. So stay tuned. We have a whole new setup, a lot of new stuff coming up. Like I said, new page, new channel. Everything will be new. So make sure you follow the new pages at the bottom. For the next 2.5 months, we will be posting on our new pages. And we'll be posting on TikTok. We'll be posting more on TikTok and IG than this. We have a lot in store, guys. A whole lot in store. Thank you for everyone that's working religiously behind the scenes to make this work, because
shout out to you guys.
It's definitely not something. I mean, BCS, considering where it's going, it's no longer something I could do on my own. And I realized that a couple of months ago when I saw myself drowning further and further. I need to take a break. I definitely need to take a break from BCS, even if it's like 3 days. But I definitely need a time where I'm not thinking BCS. I need some time. I need a moment where I'm just not thinking BCS. But I know once the turn of the year comes, it's full throttle BCS anyway. And I don't even think I can do it after my birthday, because I still have things I need to get done for BCS after my birthday. So that's to come.
But your birthday, that's for me.
So we'll see what we can do. But again, December 20th, guys, we're waiting for everybody. Come big, come in numbers, come in waves. Bring your merch, bring some pots, bring some money.
Bring your boyfriend, bring your side piece, bring everyone. You don't want them to bring their side piece? I'm going to expose them in the name of the Lord.
I don't need BCS Live to expose you. I just need a Friday night to expose you. That's it.
Nah, they don't come on a Friday night, so might as well.
It's all right. But nonetheless, guys, we thank you. If you want to bring multiple merch and you want to change our intermission, go ahead. I'm all for it.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Make sure you look cute. You know what I mean? But if you got to put a girdle on, put a girdle on. Make sure that everything is snatched, because you never know who's coming.
So, but we're excited. We're waiting for you guys. Like I said, merch at this point, if you don't order by tonight, you're not getting it. Or custom, if you want custom. If you don't order your custom by tonight, you're not getting it by the 20th, guaranteed. Even if you order tonight, I still can't guarantee you get it for the 20th. I'll try, but I can't guarantee. Standards is closed for the 20th. So if you put in your orders, great. We're hoping, I'm praying 90%, 95% that everybody that ordered the second round will get theirs by the 20th. Praying hard. But just understand that, we're last orders are going in tonight for customs. If you don't put it in tonight, by the time I go to sleep, sold for you. But luckily for you, I don't sleep early, so. But tonight I may, even though I'm very hungry. I need to eat first. But I think that's it, guys. It's been a pleasure. It's been a great, great pleasure. We've enjoyed it. We've loved it. We love where BCS is now. But like I said, next year, new page. Well, December 20th, new page. Make sure you subscribe to it. Subscribe to our new YouTube. Everything is moving over, guys. Everything is moving over. Everything is moving over. So get ready. We're going to have some fun. Be prepared for the laughs, the jokes, and put all of your non-negotiables. All your non-negotiables. I'm going to put mine. I'm definitely going to put mine.
You gonna put, okay, I'm gonna put mine too then. Fine.
I'm going to put my non-negotiables.
I'm gonna put my old ones, like the ones that, like, you know, before I met you.
Well, I mean, they have no names on them, so nobody will know it came from me.
Okay. I'm gonna know though. I'm gonna know.
No, you're not. I'm put my non-negotiables.
I'm gonna know, baby.
No, you're not, bro. I'm put all my non-negotiables.
I'm gonna know. Cause once you say certain things, I'm gonna be like, yeah, she gotta speak Creole.
Non-negotiable. She dark. She gotta be dark skinned.
Gotta speak Creole. She gotta have dimples. That's for sure. You.
Well, you don't have dimples, and based on December 20th, 2021, you're Creole suspect. So
I was nervous, baby. And you know I was nervous.
nonetheless, guys, it's been a pleasure. It's been a great time. We've loved having you Tuesday
We
after
love having
Tuesday.
you in our home.
And like I said, we're coming back with a bang in February.
Pause. Not with a bang, but
Like I said, it'll be different. It'll be a new setup again. We're having a new setup.
Really?
We elevate. Yeah, man. New setup again. It's coming. All right? You can blame Uncle Ben for it. You can blame Brother Natal for it. You can blame Ann. You can blame Brian. Whoever you want to blame any of them. But, yeah, December 20th, guys. December 20th. December 20th. December 20th. We're waiting for you guys. We're waiting for you guys. Come through. Come in numbers. Come in waves. Don't worry, Ben. I'm not spilling out all the secrets, but, you know, we got a lot in store for you guys. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. But like I said, make sure that you put all of your comments, all of your non-negotiables right now. Go to IG. Go on our IG page right now. Post them, post them, post them, post them. Shakanya, put your non-negotiables that you want. We already know some of those.
She gotta put. He gotta have a beard for Shakanya. He has to have a beard.
She loves beards?
Yeah, for some reason. I don't know what it is, but she likes beards.
Shakanya loves beards? All right. I'm assuming he has to be taller than her?
I mean, that's not
That's not much?
That's not too hard.
All right. So, no problem. But Shakanya, put it in Instagram, guys. Go right now on our Instagram page. Instagram, go on our Instagram. Come on our Instagram. Right now, go in. Put in your non-negotiables. Put your non-negotiables. If you don't have IG, then text it to us, 347-948-4650. Bring everything in. Put all your non-negotiables, and we're going to have fun. We're going to talk about them all. People are going to get roasted. People are going to get flamed. People are going to be made fun of.
Why would you get roasted for it?
Well, I mean,
it's anonymous.
It's anonymous, but you're going to be internally roasted. You'll be like, wow, everybody really feels that way about my non-negotiable?
Oh, okay.
It's okay, though. It's all right. But everybody come in, and we're going to have fun, all right?
I'm going to appreciate all of y'all.
All right. I think we're going to end it there. Because I definitely have a meeting after, and people are already waiting for me. So we're gonna do this because I want to do this meeting because I'm hungry. So I gotta have this meeting and have it quick. I'm hungry. But like guys, we're gonna pray. We'll call it a day, man. My wife is gonna take us out.
I'm not gonna take you nowhere. I'm gonna take you to the Lord.
Yeah, you have different ways of taking me to the Lord for sure. You have different ways of doing that.
What is wrong with you?
You have your own ways of taking me to the Lord.
Babe.
You do. Snatching souls and everything.
All right, let's pray.
Guac 3000.
Babe. Is that a non-negotiable?
Oh, that's definitely not negotiable. If she don't know what the Guac 3000 is before we get together, nah, that's not negotiable.
Well, how are you gonna know that? You can't know that.
No, you have to know what it is. You definitely have to it.
She may know what it is, but then when you get married, you realize, oh, her guac is not guacing.
Then you go to BCS and you try to figure out how to fix it. Or you go to Clean Menu and you start yelling like Shirley. The same way Shirley said at midnight she started praying. She started yelling.
Or like Jeremica said, s'il vous plaît.
No, that there's no s'il vous plaît. Because if you're sitting here and you waiting as 10 minutes and nothing happened to you, it's never happened at that point. If you're a guy, you waiting for 10 minutes and still nothing happening, it's staying just like that.
No, but what if he takes longer to get there?
10 minutes? Then she sucks, bro. She
10
sucks,
minutes?
bro.
10 minutes.
And when I say sucks, I don't mean like sucks. She's
Like,
terrible.
what is she? What is she using teeth?
All right, that's it. Let's go.
All
Okay.
right.
You using teeth, and you definitely don't know the guac guac is, bro. Why you using teeth? You biting? Like, imagine you sitting there, you biting, then you guys gotta
This is
bang
her
her
first-
head, be like, yo, get up.
This is her first time. Like, she don't know.
You should have practiced with a banana. Go ahead.
All right. So that image just now was great. Oh my god. I don't want to hold you. That image is crazy. Nah.
Come on, man. Shirley said she gonna be yelling Jesus at Clean Me when she realized how small it is. What do you
Nah,
do?
that image just now, babe, I'm scarred for life.
They pray,
Brian,
man.
you are the young person.
Pray.
All right, wait. Heavenly Father.
Brian, second date guaranteed. You trying to second date us to see if she knows the Guac Guac 3000, bro. We don't gotta say who the second date is though, who is with. But she gotta know. He gotta know if she can do this Guac Guac 3000. She Christian. She's mine. She's mine. Well, I gotta find out if she can do the Guac Guac 3000
All
first.
right. Heavenly Father, we thank you. We worship you, oh God, for who you are and who you continue to be. Lord God, there's none like you. You continue to show us, Lord God, that you are faithful, you are merciful, and you continue to show us, Lord Heavenly Father, who you are and what you represent in our lives. And God, how can we not sit here on this last BCS Live, Lord God, of the year and say thank you. Thank you, oh God, for the people that have been watching since the beginning, Lord God. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for the people that have supported us financially. Thank you, Lord Heavenly Father. Thank you, oh God, Heavenly Father, for the people that have been watching this since the beginning, the people that have been participating, the people that have showed up every live, oh God. We thank you, Heavenly Father, for your mercy, Lord Heavenly Father, that has continued to endure us, Lord Heavenly Father. We thank you, Lord Heavenly Father, for every person that has helped us to have this mission continue, Lord God. We thank you. We worship you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Why are you laughing, bro?
I covered my eyes for 2 seconds and I saw this. I was like, I can't pray anymore.
Oh my god.
She said, what's the guac guac 2000?
Well, Shirley said that she had too much small things this year, so she's running into bigger and better things next year. I respect it.
Yeah.
That explains why she was yelling Jesu all the time at Clean Me. Anyway, guys, we love you. We love you. We love you guys. Thank you.
Mara Benjamin will explain to you.
Oh my god. Nah, I'm pretty sure Shaky can explain to you. I promise you. But we thank you.
Shaky doesn't. It's. Bro.
We thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Have a great night. And we're waiting for you guys. December 20th. December 20th, all right? Be good, guys. We love you. Thank you again for the support. Thank you for having a great year with us. December 20th, we're going to wrap it all up. We're going to wrap it all up. And then we're coming back next year, all right? Toodles. Guac Guac 3000. Farrah, just think of a banana in your mouth. Anyway, bye, guys.